very good morning, a very good afternoon. Welcome along to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Moseby. Thank you for joining us on what I am calling it a terrific Tuesday. It is going to be an unbelievable day today. We have got brand new launches coming your way. We've got a launch party a little bit later on, which you will need to be a part of. And this launch day show is going to be off the chart amazing. Before we delve into everything that is this launch day, let me just tell you about the month as a whole, because there's so much going on outside of the studios as well. If you head to our website right now, the spring sale is live. We launched this on Sunday, and it is definitely worth your while checking that out. It's all nicely laid out for you on the website, loads of different sections for you to check. Whatever your kind of, crafty persuasion, there is something for you on the deals with up to 70% off, and that runs through until end of play on Sunday. If you love your colouring, make sure you check out the Spectrum Noir section, because running until the end of play on the 27th, as you can see here, 3 for 2 on selected Spectrum Noir accessories. That's all part of National Craft Month. So you've got that running alongside the spring sale, and added to all of that fun today as well, we're celebrating the 19th birthday of Totally Tiffany, and we are bringing you amazing deals there as well. Your opportunity to grab double points on Totally Tiffany goodies. So there's so many reasons to shop the website, so many reasons to fill up those baskets, and particularly if you're looking for kind of like those little deals which might get you across that free shipping threshold, you will find them on the website right now. Plenty of reasons to shop, and something you are definitely going to be putting into your basket today. Maybe you saw a sneak peek of it earlier on this morning on Wake Up Call when it was flying off the shelves. This brand new collection, which I think you are going to absolutely love, the Interchangeable Scene die collection. This allows you to create the most dramatic scenes, from an African savannah to a fairy tale woodland and much more. And the great thing is with this, not only interchangeable, you have got so much craftability with this, which we're going to explain with Sarah in just a few moments time. Make sure you grab it right now. Loads of you already have, I know. Platinum price today, just £75.99, $87.96. Let's get into the nuts and bolts of this though, with someone over the other side of the studio who I know is uber excited to show you this. The lovely Sarah is here. How are you?
Oh, absolutely tremendous. Do you know, this is one of them really big die launches that we only do once a year. So, you know, I always say when it's like a new concept and it's something we've been working on for a while, this we've worked on for a long time, because we've done scene dies in the past, but never a set where you've got 2 scene dies and built in a load of accessories at this price.
Yeah.
Now, what I want to do is I'm going to try and get our lovely Georgina to put on the screen just the price of one of these dies, because when you see the value in what, right, so individually, each one of these are $19.99, $22.99. And let me just show you what we've got. If I just show you one of these sets of dies on the overhead camera here, okay? So for that $19.99 or $22.95, you get one full creator card here. So in this case, it's like this beautiful background scene with all of the little designs flying in from there. Yeah. And can you see, Ben, it's 2 separate dies. Yep. So it means you can widen it out if you want.
Love it.
Now, so a die like this would usually cost you what, $14.99, $16.99-ish?
Uh-huh.
Then we've got the same again with the second creator card set.
Love it.
And again, if you just want to use one from one side or whatever, you can do, and you can move them out as you want. Brilliant. So immediately we've got $35 worth of value, maybe around £30, $40 worth of value. Plus then we get all these accessory pieces, which are all these clever ones, Ben, where the bottom doesn't cut, so they can stay connected in the base of your card. So an extra little set of dies is what, another $9.99 or something? Yeah. So if you looked at that collection of dies, it is not unreasonable to think that you'd be talking around about £40 or $50 for a set of dies. So to put this into perspective, guys, that whole set is $19.99 or $22.95. And if I just give you an idea of how they're going to work on the sort of things you're going to make with them, okay? Look at this. I love these. I love this idea of like a concertina card looking in. So let's just look at one little bit at a time. So this first bit here, can you see? This is what I was showing you, where the fairy and she connects into the bottom, and you've got the toadstools. Yeah. Then you've got creator card here, where we've cut in the centre with the creator card. Then you've got creator card number 2. Amazing. Where you've got the second one here. And then whose card is this? Because it's beautiful. Joanne's. This is one of Joanne's, okay? Look at this, where she's got you peering right through the whole concertina card in the scene. Now, every one of these scenes you build in a different way. So I'm going to try and say, yeah, same card, same sorry, same die design, totally different card. Because this time, can you see what we've got is really clever. You've got the fairy dangling.
Yeah.
But you've got one creator card at the front, Ben. One of the other creator cards is in the background scene there as well. So that's the second piece, okay? So you're seeing here just the fairy glade, 2 creator card dies and a set of accessories. Incredible value at that price, right? We're getting 6 of these, guys.
We are.
I'm going to walk you through all 6 of them. If your budget only stretches for 1 or 2, please, the individuals are all there on the website. We are doing a twofer, so you can get 2 for £35 or $40, or the details on your screen are those of you who just have to have all of it. Which I know is a lot of you like me, okay?
Pretty much
Right.
everybody.
Okay, this one, and can I just say, I know we're not supposed to have favourites, Ben, but all 6 of these are my favourites. And I know that sounds ridiculous. No, I know that sounds ridiculous, right? However, I had to choose from 18 of these designs and then build out and just pick 6. So you'll totally get why I love it. This here, can you see, you've got these 2 trees. Oh, I've got a gorgeous card, Ben, that I really hope I get a chance to do for you later. Look at this one here.
That's
where you've got the
amazing.
dome front, and we've put them trees as a beautiful creator card on its own. Then what you've got is this, what I'm calling the wildflower meadow.
Yep.
Love this wildflower meadow. By the time we watercolour with this, guys, later, you're going to go absolutely potty for it, right? Then you've got the little house and the little picket fence, all of which are individual dies with no base die cut. So look at this one here.
That's amazing.
How gorgeous is that design? Where it's actually, look at this, in the front of the box. How incredibly clever is that? And I'll show you that to the front. So you've got inside the front of the box here, and you can see right inside there, I'll show you in the front. There we go. Right, so you can see there how you've got all those different layers built up with foam pads, but then actually when you put the lid on, it's all showing us just one bit. How clever
That's
is
like
that?
a mini theatre. You know how they bring in the slats and the scenes in a theatre? That's
Yes.
exactly what it's like.
Our
That's
Liam made that one, you know.
incredible.
Our Liam made that card. I love it, right? So that is the second one.
That's the country cottage, that one.
We've got 6 guys. If you're sitting on the fence, no pun intended. You're sitting on this fence, wait until I've got through all 6 of them. You are going to love it, right?
Very good, that.
The number 1 most popular, Ben, has been this one.
African savannah.
The African savannah, okay? So this, I'm going to pop the details on the bottom of the screen for you. This on its own, it's been the most popular. Now, you've got that beautiful scene. You've got the extra scene with the trees, and then all these animals. They are absolutely going to remind you of that movie we all think about, we all know about. Savannah! Yeah. Have a little look to the front, right? Have a little look at some of these. Now, because you've got the bases, Ben,
Oh, my.
how clever putting these on the front of a stepper card and
Yeah.
telling that scene. Or, if you want to colour them all in individually, this one is fabulous, where they've all been coloured.
That's brilliant.
I've got some lovely demos planned later for you, and actually one of the scenes I'm going to do a little bit of alcohol pen colouring later,
Yeah.
and just show you where you could
Oh.
retain this. That's what I'm planning to hopefully show you later if we get a chance in the show. This has literally been, well, this has been the bestseller. This is the one that everybody's
I'm not
absolutely fallen in love with. And do you know what, when people are going for 2,
Yeah.
it's been this one and the next one. I've got one last card I need to show you, by the way, with the African savannah before we move on.
Look at all the layers of scenery there.
Do you know, and it works so well, Ben.
Yeah.
I found it looks lovely with the black silhouettes, but with the orange silhouettes there, I just feel like it's totally different again.
Absolutely.
So that's your African savannah, right? If you're going on a twofer and you want that same sort of theme and that same sort of idea again, tropical paradise. It's all I'm going to say. Tropical paradise, right?
Yeah.
So it's those lovely kind of palm leaves, that sort of tropical feeling to it. And then you've got the individual flamingo, you've got the parrot, you've got the birds. Now, again, let me show you this to the front, okay? This here, diorama cards, guys, this is absolutely perfect for. So whether you're doing a diorama like this, right, and you're wanting to see through into the front of it, and because, remember, each one of those dies, they're broken into 2 halves. So I know you're thinking, well, hang on, that's longer because it's a 5x7. You've got the top half cut out and the bottom half cut out. We've just stuck a few extra little leaves on. Or, what about stuff like this? How fabulous is this one here, where they're all laid up on the front?
That's amazing.
I just think they're so clever, Ben. I've got so many samples to show you, so many different ideas, but they're all so different. This one is just a nice, simple one with some silhouette colours cut out in the background.
Brilliant. I love these.
Isn't it? Simply wild about you.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have just been going for 2 and have been going for those 2.
Yep.
Hold your horses.
Hold your horses.
I've got 2 more. The one that I thought was going to be the most popular,
yes.
the one that I thought you'd love, because I know how much you love your deers and your woodland feelings, right? I just think, Ben, for this alone, I think this is a beautiful creator card. You're going to use it so many. Forget about the rest of it, just use this on its own.
Yeah.
Same with this one. You could be using this on its own. And over the course of the demos, I'll show you how we can build these out and build them in. Then we've also got the same, so if you wanted to mix and match this with your wildlife, your African savanna, you could mix and match the different animals in there as well. So that's the next set. And again, if I'm just going to pick in, like look at this one here. This, I just love this. And all the different designs, I will show you a concept suite a little bit later and blow your mind. But if I do it now, you're going to, it's going to blow your mind a little bit too much. I'm going to have to build you up to it, okay? We will look at the concept suite after we've done a demo. And then the one which I'm going to be demoing first, which I just think you guys are going to love, is the fairy tale forest. So this is the kind of have to have. So it's this forest, and can you see with each one, Ben, we've kind of got a different shape. So the circle, the oval, the square, the rectangles that we're going into. This beautiful circle where you're looking into the woods, or the trees and how the trees layer up onto there. And if I show you the card that I'm going to be teaching you as my first demo, this is it here, right, guys? You're going to absolutely love this. So I'm going to show you how to do it, how we just put one layer in the middle like that. Very, very simple to do. Yeah. But that, I just think, is incredible with some of your... I've done some black, background colouring on there, but you could be doing these with your printed papers, you could be doing these with your block cardstock colours. They'd all look amazing.
I cannot believe the versatility that you've got with these collections, and how amazing is it that you've got the different scenes and then the dies in like the two halves, so that you can kind of create these on pretty much any card size that you want. These are brilliant. They really appeal to me, as I say, like the fact that they're almost sort of theatre-esque, building up all the different scenes as you go along. The majority of you here are going for the full collection, $94.99 or $109.95 if you're shopping with us in the US. Platinum, £75.99 or $87.96. Let us know if you bought these earlier on. Let us know which are your favourites. The comments already are flying in. Colleen's with us on the socials. Linda says, good morning from Maryland. Shadiah is in, and Carletta. I can't wait to see these, says Sharon Stuper. I can't decide if I only want the couple or the whole set.
Okay, so if that's you,
if
you're not sure, hold on, because I'd be gutted if you bought a couple, then wait until the end of the show and then wished you'd gone for all six.
Yes.
We've got plenty of stock of these, guys. I want you to see them, and I want you to choose the ones that are right for you. I know that by the time I finish showing you all six of these, you'll realise why I was so excited and desperate to do this launch.
I've got two of these already, says Beth. I absolutely love them. Shadiah says, good morning, Lord Ben. Social superstar, fabulous Colleen. An Energizer bunny, lovely Sarah. She's energised and ready to go. If you've got any questions that you want to ask over the course of this show, get them in, whether you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube. Ask those questions. You know, if you're thinking about getting them, but you need one burning question answered, ask it, and we'll get it answered for you during the show. But also let us know which are your favourites, which ones are you plumping for, and indeed, if you've already got some elements of this collection, let us know which ones you love, and chat with everybody else as to why you love them so much. We're going to get started, because I know you're probably thinking like me, these look amazing, but is it easy to create these scenes?
Yes, it is, Ben. That's the whole point, and that's why I'm here to show you all of these, okay? Now, let me show you one of the packs of dice. Remember, it's, if you missed me explaining it at the beginning, it's like two creator cards and a set of accessory dies. So if I just look at this one here, so this is your fairy tale forest, okay? So this is one of your creator cards where you've got the trees from both sides. Then you've got a second set, which is going to be the one with your actual forest here. Okay. Bear in mind, there's nothing to stop you, Ben, if you wanted mixing and matching these. If you just wanted to do one half, you could just do two little halves like that. And then you've also got the actual fairy tale princess. You've got the castle in here. We've got the extra moonlight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with just this one here. Now, a little bit of a tip here, Ben, right? In the booklet, this is the way we tell you to use the Gemini plates. Right. So what we tell you to do is put your base plate, your clear, your magnetic, because then you can use your magnetic to position dies together. Gotcha. So can you see, I've got, there's my cutting edge, there's my secondary cutting edge. I've positioned them both together in the middle. And then I've just done a bit of a messy background on the cardstock. I will do more teaching of like how you do the colourful backgrounds and things like that over the course of the show. Guys, I'm here for 3 hours, right? Yes. You've got plenty of time with me for me to go through all these techniques. I just wanted to get the concept of these dies for everyone who's sitting there thinking, I just need to see it to understand how it works. Okay? So when we bring this back in now, Ben, what you'll see is that has cut in all in one go, and it will leave that bit connected in the centre. So can you see, if we get that to there, then what I can do,
already.
you can just see it coming together already, can't you?
Yeah,
And then
you can.
I'll bring in my trimmer here. Notice what I did, Ben, is I wanted you to see how we got like the colours ready first.
Yes.
I'm doing all 4 sides of this. And then, oh, just want to make sure I don't catch that in the bottom of there. And then you've got that lovely die design with that cut-in detail around the outside. Now, what I've done, Ben, is I've done one with this, which was this set of dies, okay? I've done another one where I've done this with the 2 trees.
Oh, beautiful.
Right, so that's the 2 trees on there. Well, it's actually that way like that, isn't it? And it's cut the lovely trees. I've done that a little bit simpler, so that when we layer them up, they're going to look pretty impressive. Now what I thought I'd do is show you how you use the castle.
The castle,
right? So I'm going to take the castle, Ben, and I want to put it onto a little bit of silver cardstock. I thought we'd do this time. It's a little bit different. So just got a little bit of the silver. Now I'm going to hold it in place with a little bit of tape. But watch this. I'm putting the tape, Ben, at the top where we're going to hold that all in place. Now I'm going to cut this the normal Sara way. So I'm going to go into the base card, the way you're all used to me doing.
Yeah.
Clear magnetic top plate. Now, here's the thing, right? All of these dies, what's clever about them is they stay connected at the bottom. So that when you're making your cards with them, it's a connected piece, so it operates a little bit like an edgeable or a creator card, if you like to think of it like that. So if I just peel this off, watch here, you'll understand what I mean. I'm going to cut along to the side of the castle, all right? And then I'm going to cut to the side of the castle here. There is that castle sitting on the hill. That hill could be whatever size I wanted the hill to be.
Yeah.
I actually think it maybe needs to be going down a little bit more at the bottom. There we go, hill like that, and then hill like that. So it's on the top of a hill, right? So what we've got is, we've got the castle in the background. I've also done, just for speed, I've done the same with the little, it could either be a husband and wife, or it could be a fairy tale couple. And then again, I've just coloured them in the blue, so they can be in front of the castle, right? And then what I've done is I've done like a nice background where I've just done a nice inky background colour, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you want to do this exact card that I'm going to show you with any of these dies, take down these measurements now, right? So, your base piece of card is 11 inch, well, it's actually it's like 10 3/4 and 5 inches tall. And where I want you to score is at 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch from one side, 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch from the other side, okay? Because what that does is, that's going to give you the background, a little fold inside, and then the front here. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that background. Now, I know I'm speeding through this a little bit fast, guys, but remember, I have got the whole show. This is me just teaching you the kind of concept as to how this works. So there's my background there.
Okay.
Now, I wonder if I've got any foam pads. Yes, I have. Right. Here we go. A couple of nice big foam pads. And I'm going to pop that castle up at the back. Yes, I am feeling the love for that castle. Now, I'm pretty sure, Ben, if I did it right, I asked them to pop me some foam pads on the show.
We do have a foam pad collection on the show. We're just putting the details up on the screen as well. I thought that song was banned now. Georgina just says it includes my favourites. There's the 3D foam 8-piece selection, 15% off. You've got a selection of your foam pads in there, and you've also got your foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll. Hey! That is included in that bundle as well. 12.34 or 31.96. It's not been banned, but I was just devastated to hear that my TV wife, Debbie Robinson, doesn't like it. Apparently, she's never told me.
Debbie Robinson, how rude!
I know.
How rude. Right, I'm popping this in the background, Ben.
Yeah.
And then watch, I'm going to bring those lovely trees over the front. Yeah. And we're going to pop it all into a frame. So what we do is, that frame, can you see? Yeah. It's going to connect on the two sides like this. Yep. Yes. So, and you need to stick it. So it depends on how far out you want the card to stick. Watch this, you'll understand what I mean. If I put tape down here, right? I'm going to pop that first piece in place there. And then I'm going to bend this one in, right? I'm going to stick this down here, and I'm going to stick this next one on so that it really does look dimensional like that. So there's that dimension, Ben, and then that's going to fold over the front. We're going to be able to stick our next one over the front. Yeah. You can really see that coming into place. So our last one here, Same again, I'm going to stick them up. Oh,
Look
I'm
how
loving the
this comes
dimension.
together. Do you know what, Sarah? Just watching you do this, because I don't worry, but I look at, when you showed me the finished card, I was thinking, this is probably going to take quite a while to put together. It's probably going to be quite laborious with the construction. But you've absolutely whizzed through this. You've shown how it's so easy it is to create this standout card. And you said this is like achievable for everybody. But look at how brilliant it's going to look when you finish.
I love how you've said that, which is such surprise, Ben.
No,
like you were really doubting me too much. Do you know what? Them foam pads are so sticky. I'm going to, not foam pads, what do you call them?
Tape pens.
Our tape pens are so sticky, Ben. I think I'm going to go in here with a little bit and just trim this little bit round here. Do you know what? If a job's worth doing, it's worth getting it absolutely perfect.
Absolutely right.
But I mean, the tape pens, it's a problem because, I mean, we're still waiting for the stock, aren't we?
We've got back in stock with the
They're
dot
back?
tape pens. Oh, yeah.
The tape pens are back.
They've been back.
Oh, my word.
While.
They've been back for a while. Come on, I haven't been missing that long.
You'd be surprised. But they've been back for probably 2 or 3 weeks.
No way.
Yeah. Probably, that's longer than that. It's just a couple of weeks. And the good thing is, we've got the deal back on where you get 4 for the price of 3 across the dotty tape pens and the tape pens as well. You'll find them on the web. Do have a look. Spring sales going on there as well, of course, with up to 70% off, 3 for 2 on Spectrum R accessories. You need to be shopping the web as well as shopping the show today because there's so many deals to be had. I am mesmerised by this. I'm not going to say it again, but I just can't. Oh, I will say it. I can't believe how easy it was to put this together. Ben, is just absolutely off the chart awesome. Is.
And the thing is, this is why, right? I'm not being funny. This is why I was saying to everybody, please just wait, guys. Please wait until I've finished my demonstration, because when you see how easy it is to get such incredibly dimensional cards, you will have the confidence to do this yourself as well. Now look at that. If I turn that round to the camera,
that's
look
amazing.
at that. And I've got that lovely dome going on the front, as well as the dome kind of going backwards on the back, so that you get that dimensional look as though you're going right into the card.
Yeah.
And can I just say, guys, right, not being funny, this is where we started. So we always start with a nice, simple thing and build up. There are so many things you do. In fact, I'm going to have to show you the
do it. Get
the
stuck
concept
in.
suite, right?
Get stuck in.
Every one of the concept suites that I show you, you can do with every one of the designs, okay? So we will do this technique later.
Sorry, before you pop that to one side, Victoria's asked what's the finished card size of that one?
That one there, it'll be 5.5 by 5.5.
Okay, thank
you. Because I do the base dies work lovely on a 5 by 5.
Yeah.
So 5.5 inches square will be a wonderful size to
Great.
finish on. And you know what? You would absolutely be wanting to make an envelope box for that as well. So definitely want an envelope box. Right. African Savannah this time with a dome front. So can you see we've done 2 different depths of domes on the front so that you've got like a different size as we're looking inside. Now, I will be showing you more of the concertina backed cards, Ben. So this one is the one with like your nice flamingo, but with the different concertina bits up the side so you can get your different layers on. Then we've got like the one that I showed you, the sample. If you want to do a pop-out card where you cut one design into the front, one into the back, and you can lay your pieces up in the middle. How clever is that?
Really clever.
Right. Oh, this one I love. Right. Oh, do you know? Wouldn't that make an immense craft along?
That's amazing.
Wouldn't that make a brilliant? I think we might have to look at that for a craft along, guys. And
what do you call that style of card? Like a double pay card?
Yeah. I think that's just wonderful.
That's
now,
amazing.
Diorama like the one I've just shown you.
Yeah.
But this time with like a straight back. Instead of the folding, we've just done a straight back, and we've put some with the what you call it, foam pads to lift it up. Right. Same here. This is literally just been foam padded. Nothing clever, just foam padded onto there. Then what you've got is you've got that one that you saw, the sample, where we had the stepper card.
Yeah.
And the animals can all go onto the steps. All you do is you cut like a panel and lay them on, and then you've got the 2 creator cards in the background.
So are they just stuck onto the back of the fold of the animals, then, are they?
Yeah, so what that is there, Ben, that's one piece of card that's this size, cut the animals out, cut this flush to the top, and then this sticks onto the first of the step. Can you see?
Got you.
I mean, you could cut them like an edgeable and cut them into here if you want, but I think they're quite clever onto the step.
Really
and
great.
That is what you saw. Let's have a little look if I can find it again. Here it is. That was the inspiration for this card. That's here,
superb.
Where you've got that exact same technique again,
Love
where
it.
you've got the designs in the background. So it just shows you, when we show you the concept suite, guys, we're just showing you it in black and white so that you can take it and put your own colour on however you want, right? Then you've got, you know them fancy ones, Ben, where they like fold over and pop in, fold over and pop in. different, but this time we've cut away Marie's cut away elements from here. This is just a regular one where we've used the foam pads to build it up.
Regular, that one.
Regular card.
Dear.
Stepper cards, Ben.
Yeah.
Because they're a 5x5, you can cut these in, look how clever, into the front of the step. Right? So it's a nice size to cut into the front of the step. Same, now that concertina one I showed you, this is it here, just done in the white, where you've got all those different layers in the background.
Yeah.
And you tell the story as you look into it. I just think, I mean, come on, are they not the cleverest cards you've seen?
Yeah.
We're still going here, Ben, we're still going. Theatre cards. So theatre card, there's,
yes,
don't we all love the African Savannah?
We do.
I know you're all loving that African Savannah, that's the one that's been the most popular. Little book, so you can do like a cover for your book like this and build the little book up like that. Then maybe even, if you want to get really fancy, like the boxes. You know the pop-out boxes where the sides fall down? And again, you've got the different levels of the scene that you can build up. I love that one because it's got that wildflower. I knew that was coming.
The flowers make you sneeze from the...
No, I can't. I was thinking maybe I can get to the end of it. No, I can't because I've still got the star book. Are you ready for the star book? This is what you're all going to want to make. This here.
Oh, get out of town, Sarah.
Oh,
get out of town.
Maybe that's the craft along,
Ben. That is amazing.
Look at, oh my word. I can't believe nobody's made a card with this actually. So we always do these, the concept is to give you that idea. Boom, shakala, I'm telling you now, that is going to be the best card you will make all year. And that is all done with the die set, the one that I just showed you here, with the round circular die set in the front. But honestly, guys, right, it's every one of these die sets. You can do every one of those cards with. I've got so many amazing techniques. And because we've got a brand new launch coming up later this afternoon, I'm also going to be using some different colouring mediums to do. I've got some alcohol colouring, I've got some water-based colouring. That was the warm-up act. That was me getting you warmed up, ready to do all the awesome stuff.
And I tell you what, is anybody else, because I've had to do it, have you just picked your jaw up off the floor, just a snapshot of some of the things that you're going to be creating with this collection? And if you are one of those people at the top of the show thinking, oh, shall I go for one, shall I go for the twofer, or shall I get the lot? I think I know what you're thinking right now. Just a few of the comments already coming through. Shaddai just saying, Lord Ben, my jaws are dropped watching how easy it is once you decide what type of card you want to make. And that's the thing, making these wow projects, these wow cards accessible for everybody. You know, there'd be no point us giving you a collection like this and you needed to have been crafting for 10 years to be able to achieve it. The point is you get the tools here to be able to create these cards really, really simply indeed. Miriam says, I'm saving the show already to go back and see what Sarah will be doing in detail. Debbie says, I love, we're looking for wedding invitations. These would be great for a small wedding as well. Diane says, oh dear, I promised hubby I'd stop shopping, but I have to have these. And my creative corner says, I've just bought the tropical and the Savannah. Let us know what you're grabbing. Let us know which are your favourites. It's an unbelievable collection. If you're going for them all, this is the full collection right here. Everything that you're going to be able to achieve, all of those different card types. And isn't it brilliant for the fact that, yes, you've got the ability to build up all of the different scenes because you've got your kind of two creator card dies right here, but in two halves. So again, like Sarah was talking, you know, if you wanted potentially to make a scene with, you know, half of the trees this side and then half of the trees this side, you can do, but the genius is that you've got the ability to extend these should you wish to make the different card shapes. And then here you've got all of the different characters. I loved on the card that Sarah made just then the fact that she cut that fairy castle out of the silver mirror card. Just looked absolutely amazing. But, you know, using your foam pads, you know, using all of your adhesives, you can create the different depth and dimension to make these scenes really pop. And it's not just a fairy tale forest, of course. A lot of you in the socials as well chatting about that wonderful woodland. And again, think about the fact that you've got the ability to interchange the characters, interchange all of the different dies within the different scenes. Once again here, you can build up that depth and dimension, sort of almost here with like the front of the woodland there, into the depth of the woodland, and then you've got all of the woodland creatures in there too. Next up, a lot of you, second favourite on the individuals right now. It seems that those of you who are taking advantage of the 2 for 35 or 2 for 40 are getting this one within that, with the African Savannah. I mean, why wouldn't you? How great is this? I want to say these are these called, is this from like the cheese plant, or did I just make that up? These leaves. I'm sure it is. Anyway, tropical leaves. You've got your flamingo. Thank you. I was right. You've got your parrot there as well, and then you've got all of that tropical jungle foliage there to be able to create all of these amazing scenes. Next up, here's the favourite individually, the African savannah. I mean, how gorgeous. You've got all the different creatures there, the rhino, the elephant. We all recognise that lion right there, don't we? I'll not sing it again. You've got the giraffe in there too, but then look at the scenes that you can build up. You can go as kind of massive with the depth and dimension. You can strip it right back should you wish, but the idea here is that you've got the ability to create the most stunning scenes. Love this country cottage as well. The card which we showed just a few moments ago, almost like a sort of a postcard's like popped off the card, isn't it? Like a real sort of 3D effect to that beautiful sort of English country cottage on a postcard. Build up the scene once again. Producer Georgina just says that is her future home, future cottage, but it is absolutely gorgeous with that picket fence with the post box with a little bird bath there as well. So super cute. And then if you love your sort of fantastical, you've got that fairy glade as well. Again, build up that fairy woodland. Love these little mushroom house you've got there, your toadstool house. Then you've also imagine living in there. You've got the little imps and the little elves that live there with that beautiful fairy too. Build it all up with the mushrooms, with the foliage to create unbelievable scenes. It's an amazing collection, and I know we always chat, don't we, about our products here giving you ultimate versatility. We would hate to kind of give you a product which just did the one thing, and I think more and more now, you know, we're giving you products that do so many different things and give you so much scope for crafting. I mean, you're going to have hours and hours of fun crafting with these collections, and a brilliant price today. If you're a platinum member, £75.99, $87.96. If you're new with us today as well, I know we're getting new viewers all the time. If you're thinking about shopping, don't forget you can join up to Club Inspire, as described yesterday by Be Creative, Gordon and Justin, the best crafting club around, they said yesterday, and they're not wrong, because you can join up in the club right now for free. It'll take you 2 minutes to join, and you will get this price as your first purchase today, so do take advantage. Now, we are going to chat about something in just a few moments' time, which officially launches on launch party in just a few hours' time with Leanne. However, the demand and the excitement has been so much that we kind of feel that we need to chat about it right now. And I know Sarah's uber excited to talk to you about this too. And we've also got a very special message coming up about this as well. Before that, let's tell you about this week's Get It, Got It Good. We launched this yesterday. Of course, this is a weekly deal that we do. I'm so pleased that we've got the Xyron actually in stock. You get the 3-inch and then you get the 1.5-inch for half price within this deal. £14.38 is your platinum price on this today, or $20.78. And the deal runs right throughout this week or while stocks last. Just bear in mind, these Get It Got It goods have been selling out very recently. So if you like the idea of having a Xyron, which literally has not been in stock since I've been here, it's the first time that we've had it, grab it right now whilst we've got it on that Get It Got It Good deal, because I'm sure it will disappear. Right. We are doing something a little bit, well, not really naughty, are we? But we're excited about the fact that we've got something launching on launch party with Leanne a little bit later on, which you guys saw a sneak peek of earlier. Particularly our UK viewers have been waiting for this. It's finally here, and we wanted to chat around it and also chat around something that we think you definitely need to know as far as the price is concerned. But first of all, Sarah, let us just talk about all of the hype and all of the excitement about this. It's finally here at the Academy of Colour.
Oh, it is. So I had the privilege of launching this on HSN as the Big Today special back in January.
Yeah.
And we've got our stock here in the UK now. So HSN did a really big launch back in January. We now have the worldwide launch for the rest of the world happening tonight.
Amazing.
Well, tonight UK time, it's 6 o'clock with Leanne. This is the Academy of Colour. So if you've never seen this before, have a little look at everything here, okay? So what it is it's all about learning. So it's the education that goes with all of your different styles of pens. So what you've got, Ben, is you've got a brand new pen for us. And actually, I'm going to lean over here. This is dangerous, isn't it? Oh. I'm going to lean over and take one of the pens out without damaging the... I'm just going to lift this out really
take
carefully.
It off. Yeah, there we go.
Because I don't want to damage the pen or my nails, if I'm being totally honest, okay?
There we go.
Oh, my word.
Done it.
No, I don't think I have.
This wasn't meant to be a game of Jenga.
Oh, my word.
There you go.
Right, there we go. Right,
All
guys. Right. Okay, so brand new pen. So duo colour is, I know a lot of you have started with our Spectrum Noir markers, or maybe it's the tri-blends, and you're wanting to progress on to being able to work with a brush nib. The duo markers have a brush nib on both ends, but 2 different tones. So it's a split barrel. So what we've managed to do is put a split down the middle of the barrel.
Wow.
So that you've got a lighter shade, so in this case CG1, and then a deeper shade CG3. Both with that amazing brush nib, so that you can practice all of that beautiful blending that you get with the brush tip. So brand new duo colour pens. What you are getting is you are getting all 16 of these alcohol markers, which is 32 pen colours, which is like the starter point of any new colouring journey.
Yep.
Now, what I love about these pen is, if you have any of our Spectrum Noir markers, these are different. They are a different nib, they're a different configuration, they're going to allow you to practice and work different techniques in different ways. However, what they then do is they play nicely, because it's the same ink, they're going to play with all of the other marker pens that we have. So you have 32 colours of the new Spectrum Duo colours. Now let me just tell you this, to buy the full set, this whole collection here of the Duo colours, this here, well, between the Duo colours and the aqua markers, you are going to get over $100 worth. So it's over £100 worth of individual pens.
Right.
That's before I start talking about all of the rest of the programme that goes around it, okay?
Yes.
Because you've got 16 of the dual colour aquas,
Yep.
and then also 16 of the dual colour alcohols, 8 of the dual colour aquas down here. So with aqua pens, Ben, you don't need 2 shades of each colour, because you're going to go light and dark. So we've given you corresponding colours that work together in each pen.
Fabulous.
Then we've given you the white opaque marker.
Yep.
We've given you the spritzer bottle that you need, the wide paintbrush, the regular size paintbrush. You've got the alcohol marker blending palette.
You have.
Then we've given you 18 sheets each of the 2 different types of cardstock, the alcohol pen card and the watercolour card in there.
Yep.
Then what you've got is 40 clear stamps. Now, really important this, okay? The whole of this collection, and many of you will know, is underpinned by an incredible education programme. Leanne is going to go through all of this on the big launch tonight at 6 o'clock. She'll walk you through the education. Tens of thousands of you have already bought this programme from HSN and been learning and working through that education programme. And people have said it is hands down the best course they have ever sat. Miriam's just said it's been absolutely invaluable, and she's learned so much. She can replay and learn. It's 3-hour classes at a time, but the beauty is they are using exactly these markers and exactly these stamps. These stamps, they are very pretty stamps. They're not designed to be pretty. They're designed to be the educational challenge that you get. So what we're going to do is you've got all of the stamps, so 40 of the stamps in there as well. You also get this lovely binder to keep it all in. So you get the project binder with the dividers and the stamp storage panels on there, okay? Now, all of that comes in addition to the educational programme. So the educational programme is only for people who have these markers and also these stamps, because it works hand in hand. So you can watch it and learn from it at any point, but when you've got the actual product in here, it means you can graduate through the system, through the programme as Leanne takes you through it. Now, I'm going to bring the price details up on the screen, because if you buy this, it is $197.25, or it's actually £148, so just shy on £150 or $200. That is the price that this is at. However,
big however,
because this was a today's special, we're doing the equivalent type of huge today's special saving here on Crafters TV as well. So that is the regular price. However, that is not the price that you're going to pay. Now, here's the thing, guys. We're not supposed to drop the price until just before the 6 o'clock show.
Good job, you're here.
Not supposed to. However, I heard how many of you pre-ordered this at the full price in Wake Up Call earlier, and have already been started in the show. So if I've dropped that price now, what I've insisted is we're going to drop this price now. You can order now ahead of tonight's show and get the special price that this is going to be at. So are you ready for the price? Not the price you've just seen. The price is actually dropping to... There it is! I was like, it's going to leave me hanging there. £99
wow.
or $119. Now listen, I was not expecting anyone to order this until the price dropped. So there are a handful of you that already pre-ordered this before the price dropped. Those of you who we're talking about, we will get in touch with you to arrange raising a credit for you of the extra amount. I didn't want anybody to have paid the full amount. We put it on the high price, ready to drop it. I had no idea you guys would be shopping ahead of us like that. We never do this sort of thing with deals. We never do deals this good. So I am just going to warn you that the price has dropped. It's dropping ahead of the big launch tonight. It's only because I want to use these pens in my demonstrations that I've decided we're going to have this on the show. So I'm not going to go into detail on all of this. Leanne will be doing that tonight. What I am going to show you, though, is a little video so that you can see how everything works together. Because as you see this going through, what you'll see is we've got all of these. I'll wait till the little video comes in, then I can explain it all to you.
Yeah.
Here we go. Right. So this is the actual program. So you can see the new duo pens, both the alcohol and the aqua ones. There's our lovely Debbie here, right? She will walk you through each of those pens, the opaque markers. This is where you start and get all of the education programs. So even if you're a completely new colourist, which Becca is there, you can see Leanne's going to give you all the tutorials. You're going to learn some more advanced techniques. It's watercolour and also working with your alcohol pens. Yeah. And then you've seen a little bit there, the journey will continue. So this is the start of the programme. It is an 18-month programme, where every couple of months we release a new class with a new set of 6 pens. So you're going to get the new pen colours, you're going to get the new stamps, you're going to get the new class scores with it, and you're going to be able to build that up. Now I know those of you who ordered this on HSN will be in the auto-ship programme, so you'll automatically get sent each of those auto-ships as they launch on there. What we have got as well is we've got individual boxes that we will be launching separately. So we don't have auto-ship here on Crafters TV, but we will be making as many of those boxes available as possible as we launch them, as we're going. So there's so much that you can see. But to me, it's when you're watching it being used. These pens, they've got that beautiful brush nib. They are something else. Here, we'll play the little video. I'm just waiting for it to come in here. Yeah. So you can see there, you can see the quality of the pens. And I really need you, when Leanne gets these out, and you see them in detail, it's the detail that you've got in them. Now, I know this looks similar, this is the same as the last little video we played there before, but you're getting a little bit more of a detailed look at the stamps here, Ben. Yes. So I think Leanne's going to go into all of this in detail for you, but some of the different techniques that you're going to be able to cover, and also the different things like blending the background. Oh, there's your extra programs as they all come. That's like your sneak peeks as they come in there and become available as well, but it gives you an idea of what we're going to have. But I'll put the details up on the screen for you again. So if you want to order this now, and then be able to just watch Leanne's big show this evening, you are absolutely more than welcome to do that. Those of you that are ordering this programme and also getting the dies to get you over that free shipping threshold or whatever, knock yourself out. And those of you who already ordered this before we dropped the price and checked out, don't worry, we will be in touch to arrange crediting you that difference. So nobody is going to have paid that higher price, I promise.
And the point is, it has been so super popular. Sarah, you're going to be seeing her using some of those duo colours over the course of the show. But like she said, we just wanted to make sure that you knew all about this. And this is obviously a fantastic thing if you are brand new. If you are starting from scratch, maybe you're one of those people who always contacts us during Colour Me Happy shows, and you say that you're afraid of colouring, you don't know where to start, you don't know which kind of colouring medium to go for. This is exactly what you need. This is the start of your journey. This is the encouragement that you need. This is the education that you need. And this is the inspiration that you're going to find. I was watching one of the videos actually yesterday, in fact, with Leanne, and they are just so brilliant. The one that I was watching was 3 hours of education using all of the tools, all of the pens that you're going to get inside your Academy of Colour, with all of those markers, with the 40 stamps to get you started. I love the fact that we give you that binder in there as well, so you can store your stamps. You can store your projects in there as well, because you're also going to get within that collection the project dividers. You're going to get your project pockets as well, so you can almost like track your own journey to see how you're getting better as you take all of these classes as we go through. And remember as well that this is just the start of that journey. Pick this one up today, and then as we go over the months, you're going to be finding more added to your Academy of Colour. And just think, you know, where you are now and where you could be like in a year's time. And also, Sarah, I think this is brilliant for people perhaps who are, you know, perhaps a little bit more experienced potentially. Not only they're going to pick up these new duo colours, but also it's almost great as a refresher sometimes, isn't it? Something like
It is. And it's what I really wanted to do is I wanted to make sure that those of you who collect all of our pens, this would be something different, but would really add to the collection. It doesn't take away from anything else you've done, it really adds into that as well, okay? But then what you need to understand is it's about that journey. And I hate saying it's a journey, but so many of us are on a colouring journey. I've been taking Leanne's classes, Ben.
Yeah.
The amount I learned just in the first hour of her first class was incredible. Any of you who were there that first class where I was like, oh, I've been doing this for years and I never knew this is how we were supposed to do this bit of the technique. It was incredible.
Yeah.
You will learn so much. The amount of people who said, literally, just doing that education class and having exactly what Leanne was using right there at hand made such a difference. Now, remember, if you have paid the full price, we've got somebody actually in the comments who's paid full price everywhere. Go on, Ben.
Yeah, just I haven't got the comment coming through, but it's basically she's saying that she paid the full price a little bit earlier on. So if that is you, we know that a handful of you got in super early to pick this up. If you did pay that full price, we will be in touch to credit you back the money that you pay, because you can see the price as it should be right now. So you don't need to panic. If you have bought previously, everybody pays this price basically, and someone will be in touch with you to get that sorted with you. If you are thinking about grabbing it right now, it's a brilliant time to be able to do it, because you can grab it now at this price. If you're platinum like we know many of you are, this is the deal for you today, and then you can sit back and relax later on. We've got Leanne for a full 3 hours, 6 o'clock tonight, 2 o'clock Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. She's going to be going through all of this, right? 3 full hours, and that is a great opportunity as well to pick Leanne's brains. Ask her the questions. If you're thinking of a question now, hold it until then, and we'll get all those questions answered by Leanne later on. Just a few comments coming through. Mary Patch saying, I'm loving the Academy of Colour. Leanne does an absolutely awesome job. Maricel Cueto just saying, I love this programme. The classes are amazing, and I've improved so much with just the first 2 classes, so already seeing the improvement. It's hugely
You've got
exciting.
18 months of classes, guys.
Yeah.
You are literally, if it's that big long class, it's like taking a degree or a course in this, where you build up over time. Leanne's got so much to share with you. If you've got anything planned tonight or later on in the day, if you're watching in America, please, that is the show you need to tune in for. We've just given you a quick 5-10 minutes on it so that I could use it in the demonstrations. However, it's when you see Leanne actually walk you through everything in the box, why it's been put together. I got to do the launch on HSN, which was phenomenal. Our biggest Spectrum TS, hands down, ever, by a country mile. Thousands of you got into the programme. So the least I could do was let Leanne do the big launch here in the UK.
I just want to read a few final comments and then we will move on, because we're so excited about this. Victoria West is saying, I love all that I've learned so far with Leanne and the Academy of Colour. There's also, by the way, a Facebook group, and she says that Facebook group is amazing as well. So you'll be able to find that on the socials. Miriam's saying the education with the Academy of Colour is invaluable. I've learned so much, and I can replay the learning videos at my own pace. And Leanne is a fabulous teacher. Absolutely, she is. She really is the best. My Creative Corner say, I love doing the Academy of Colour classes. They are fantastic. And Anne-Lee says, this was very tempting before, but now, with that price drop, this is fabulous. So many of you I know will be jumping on and grabbing it. Oh my goodness, I could probably stand here for the next 10 minutes and read all these comments.
Well, you can't. You can do that in Leanne's show later, because guys, we're going to have to pop the details back over on the screen to my show.
Oh yes, your show.
Yes, because if you remember, I was supposed to be doing a whole die cutting show.
Oh yes.
I just kind of nipped in there a little bit to give you that. Well, in case you didn't know about the show coming up later tonight, I didn't want you to know you were going to miss out on anything. Right, so we're going back to the dies, and I'm going to go in with that Tropical Paradise, because this has been the second top seller after the African Savannah. So I will pop the details of this one individually on the bottom of the screen as well for you. Ben will show you the boards at the end of the demo, but I wanted to show you how those creator cards can work, Ben, in different kind of size scenes.
Yeah.
So if you look at this here, can you see this is how it was intended, right? So it can be one square creator card. However, we can go wider like this, which I'm going to do now, and I can show you them connecting across the middle. So let's have a little look, Ben. I'm going to take this on here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just lock these in place. So there's one, and I'm going to line it up on the edge of that piece there, and then it's going to do the same here, Ben. So I can see that all of that is straight and lined up. Now, I'm using here the magnetic base so that I can pop this into place, pop my top plate on there as well, Ben, and go straight through. Now, if you do this, guys, what we're doing is we're elongating the creator card. So instead of it being a 5-inch creator card, it becomes a 5x7, which I think is pretty clever. And that's how we've done like the diorama cards where we've cut into them like this. Now, the only thing you need to do as an extra, Ben, is when we cut it out and we get to this stage, let me just find the nice knife here. What we're going to do is we're going to connect from there into here, right? And then the same, we're going to come along from here, connect to here, and then all of that lifts out, and now we have a bigger tropical scene.
So clever.
So if you want to work on a 5x7 card,
yeah,
absolutely no problem. And then watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how to do a wrapped dome frontage, right? So I'm just going to trim this a little bit, and I want my whole card to be just shy on 5 inches wide, so 4 3/4 here. Right, and then what I've done is I've done 4 3/4, and if you want to wrap it round a base card here, where's my little scoring board? I'll get my scoreboard out there as well.
Scoreboard's on the show, by the way, which will be very useful, and the enveloper, Envelope Creator, also within that bundle, perfect for making the envelopes to mail these, should you wish, as well. So those are on the show.
You are going to absolutely be needing to do that, guys. I can tell you that, no problem at all, right? So I've taken quite a big one. Now, this is going to overemphasise it a bit too much. I've over-egged the pudding a bit too much here, guys, but you'll get the idea, right? So if I pop that on there and pop this on here, can you see that we've got that rounded front?
I like
now,
it.
really, you probably don't want to. I have over-egged that pudding with the purposes of highlighting it, but look how far we could go, right? To compare that, Ben, this is the one that I've done where I haven't, actually I've used the other die for this one, where I haven't left any space at all. And so can you see this one, when it wraps around here, is only just a tiny weeny bit bigger, as in like 1/4 of an inch. So you get that tiny little wrap around the front.
Gotcha.
And then you get that little bit showing inside. So that's how we've done this. Now, what I've done is, I've done that onto some watercolour card. So what we're going to do is, we're going to do the watercolour, which means I'm going to bring in my Academy of Colour.
Here we go.
And I have just sent me paintbrushes absolutely flying, Ben. But it's all right, because nobody would ever know that because I'm on the overhead camera, so you would never know. Right, here we go. I'm going to bring in, I'm going to use, I'm going to bring a bit of yellow in and add the yellow to my green. Now, this is where we're starting to get clever, guys, right? Because these are your water-based pens. So I'm going to go with my lovely, so this was Bud Green. I guess that was Bud Green, and then I thought, I better have a double check and a look. I'm going to add a bit of moss down here, right? Lovely. And I'm also going to add a little bit of sunflower so that we can blend a few of these shades together. Now, this is the wider paintbrush, if you want to go with a wider one.
Okay.
And I'm going to just going to take a lot of the excess off here, right? But I'm going to just pick up a little bit of the Bud Green, and I'm just going to blend that over like this. Now, this is one of the techniques that Leanne is going to teach you when you watch her watercolour class. I'll be really honest, I missed the watercolour one. I had to go down to London, so I had to catch up on the watercolour one. I wasn't actually in the studio live, but I was still joining in live with the class.
What I loved about the first one, though, as you were saying, was you were on it and sort of explaining how like Leanne was sort of like your sort of colouring Yoda, and how you were still like learning stuff off Leanne even now, because I know everyone looks at you and sees you as a very experienced colorist.
That's the difference, but I think people think of me as being this really experienced colorist, and I'm really not, guys. I've just picked this up as we've gone along over the years, and everything I've learned from Leanne. Literally, absolutely everything I've learned from Leanne. And so for me to be able to get Leanne to work with us on an educational program like this means that you can have that same learning experience that I've had over 10 years with Leanne. I mean, it literally has been such a privilege to learn with Leanne over all of that time.
So you got the one-to-one with her, and now everyone else can have it.
And now everybody else can have it. And that's the beauty. I wanted you to have that it's not just the product, guys, it's the learning experience, right? So there's that lovely base. Look at how we've got that mixed colour on there. It's just fabulous. Now, I'm going to just clean this off because I didn't want to spend too long on the colouring. I don't want to get the colour all over. What you need to do is you need to do these to dry, right? So what I've done is I've done a set, Ben, where I've given that the time to dry.
Ooh,
so I've got the lighter colour in the background and the wider one. This is going to go over the edge here. However, before we stick that in place, what I've done is I've done the other one, but I've used more of the bud green. So I've used the darker colours here, Ben, and I'm just going to lift this up. This is always on watercolour cardstock, guys, to get that blend on here. And then just to show you a few of the bits, let's have a little look. I've got the flamingo, Ben, and I'm going to take the flamingo and we're going to do a little bit of the pink, right? So watch what else you can do. We can use that watercolour and we can go, if you want, straight onto the flamingo.
That green was bud green, wasn't it, you said?
It was bud green. Anybody wanting to do the same?
Barbara didn't hear what it was. Bud green.
Sorry, Barbara. Right, let's have a little look. I'm going to start with that. Okay. And I'm going to blend this right out. Now, can you see, anytime you've got like really intensive colours like that, watch, you can just pop a little bit more down. Yeah. And we can pick a little bit up, Ben, and we can just watercolour with that. So I'm trying to go really quick here. The beauty of doing this with Leanne is when when we're here on Crafters TV, Ben, you know what it's like. We are under a little bit of time pressure still.
Of course, yeah.
For all we say, we've got hours. When Leanne does her classes, and she's got all the time in the world, we can literally she takes hours. She spends hours teaching people all this stuff. Yeah. And nothing's rushed in the slightest. So let's have a little look. We need to give him a little bit of time to dry. But he is going to go into the background there, right? Now I need him to stand out. Remember, you've got all these little bits of dyes, Ben. So just in the same way, if you missed me showing you guys, I showed everybody how to cut the fairy tale castle out and stay connected. It's the same if you want to use, for example, let's have a look at the clouds, right? So if I use the cloud, can you see we've got the cloud doesn't have a bottom cutting edge. So I've just used here a piece of cardstock, cut myself that cloud out, and actually I'm just going to just bring me scissors in, Ben. I've got an absolute tip going on here. Okay. Right.
You're on the watercolour card as well, aren't you? Because Marsha's asking what you're currently using.
So I've used, this here is our regular watercolour card. Yeah. However, if you want more watercolour card, there is the watercolour card that is in the Academy of Colour. Yes. So I know a lot of you will want to be using that one from the Academy of Colour because it's a brilliant way to kind of, just to get you started if you've never tried it.
5x7 sheets of your watercolour. You also get 18 sheets of your 5x7 marker paper for your alcohol inks as well. So it's all in there for you.
Yes, right. All I'm doing, Ben, is I'm going over here with the foam pads. Now, I know how Craig likes foam pads. I usually use 3D glue gel. Okay. I'm more of a glue gel girl.
Gives you a bit more wiggle time, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. But a lot of people like the foam pads because they like the consistency and the height. Yeah. So with this one here, if I want to make sure that that's raised up the same all the way around, that is the set to do it with. Same there if we want to go on with the flamingo. Again, I'm just going to pop a little bit so I can raise him up right in the middle. And then, actually, I'm going to raise him up in the centre, but then I'm going to stick him flat underneath because he doesn't need to be raised up everywhere else.
Georgina just said she makes her want to go on holiday. Did I mention I'm going on holiday in 2 weeks? 2 weeks tomorrow, I'm on holiday again. 2 weeks,
he's never mentioned it, guys. Have you heard him mention it? No. No, never mentioned it.
Cyprus for 2 weeks. I'm not sure they've got flamingos in Cyprus. But,
I'm not sure they've got flamingos in Cyprus either. Do you know what? I'm going to cut this down because I don't think there we go, we don't need to worry about the basic
just to say as well, a few of you, including Joanne Madigan, that wants to know where they can send pictures of their first cards that they coloured after their a year of colour first class. She says the stamp isn't a CC one. The stamp isn't CC, it's one I've had. Okay, well you can send the pictures in. You can send any pictures that you want into us at studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. We'd love to see any of your makes, but particularly if you've been doing the Academy of Colour classes, if you want to send in any of your colouring, we'd love to see what you're up to. Fantastic, send them in.
Right, here we go, Ben. So I'm trying to go kind of quite quick here. I would be spending a bit more time putting a lot more foam pads on these if I was taking my time, right? But I'm not, I'm kind of rushing because we're live on air and you'll get the idea, right? Now, that one went flat, Ben. This one is to wrap around just to give that little bit of dimension. You can see it there. Yeah. And it's just the tiniest amount because what I didn't want to do is overdo it. So tiniest amount as we go onto here and just wrap that round and then that whole thing will mount onto the front of a base card.
I think more than anything with this as well, this is such a fun way to craft, isn't it? Like building those scenes, having like that total personalisation with this, you know, having the snippability if you want, you know, kind of using the different characters from the different collections, using the different scenes. And like you said, Obviously, you can change the scene or the card size if you like, but you can also piece together 2 different scenes, can't you, from the same collection to create different backgrounds?
Do you know, and I think I'm just going to line this all back up again, Vanessa, because, you know, if a job's worth doing, it's worth doing
Absolutely
perfectly. Right, so, yes, you can absolutely be doing that. And what you'll see is they're all the same sort of size, so they will all mix in perfectly well together.
Yeah.
So, yes, right, here we go. That's going to go onto the base there, Ben. And then that base card is all going to stick onto the base here. And we've got that lovely flamingo. And like I said, this was the 2nd most popular one after that African Savannah. I will do some tutorials with that African Savannah as well.
Okay.
But they all work. Every card I'm doing, you can be doing it with every one of the components that we've got here, Ben.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what?
What?
I feel like we need, watch this, right? If I bring in that little black watercolour pen, what I could do, do you know, it's such a pain.
They're well stuck down.
They're well
stuck
down, and I'm trying really hard not to break my nails. So let's have a little look. I'm going to get the white opaque. Watch this, right? I thought you were worried about the pens, but you're worried about your nails. Oh no, I'm worried about my nails, Ben. Priorities, right. That's so, look at this. So I'm going in and I'm going to do his beak here, and then I'm also going to do his eye. And then if you want to really take it that next level, let me just get this white opaque going. And then we can put a little bit of a sheen.
So this is just to add highlight to this pen, is it?
Yeah. So if I just get the white opaque coming through there, now you should really wait for the watercolour to dry. And then when that watercolour dries, you can add a little bit of a highlight. Do you want to see the one that I've done where he's got the highlight on his beak? Have a little look in the up close here, right? And then if you just get it nice and big, you can see the way. So if you wait for his beak to dry, you can add that little bit of a highlight. Now I used more of the coral on the flamingo on that one. Fab. But you see, whether it's the coral or it depends on how bright you want to go with it. But then you just add that little bit of white onto his nose using that little opaque. There it is.
Love it. Love this so much. You guys are shopping for this right now in your hundreds. Don't forget the main collection here for you, where you're going to get all of the elements to create all of those different scenes. And again, we'll get Sarah a little bit later on to show you the concept suite, so you can see all of the different kind of cards that you've got the ability to create. And hopefully you're seeing as well, not only is this like the most fun way to be able to create these cards, these projects, but also it's really, really accessible as well. There's been nothing difficult over the course of the last hour. Hopefully, you're not been sat there scratching your head going, oh, how did Sarah do that again? It's all been very easy to follow and very easy to create with these, and that is the point. We want to make it nice and easy for you, and we want to make it nice and accessible, and also we want to be able to give you the ability to interchange these, to personalise these, and that is exactly what you've got with this collection, for the fact that you've got all the different scenes, but then the scene dies, the creator card dies, if you like, are split in 2, so you can choose the different size cards that you want to work with, and again, if you want to kind of intersperse the scenes here, you've got the ability to be able to do that as well. So for example, if you wanted this half of the die here with the little toadstool house on, and then you wanted potentially on the other side a bit of this foliage, then you've got the ability to do that as well. All of the different characters that you've got there too, and of course all of the different leaves and foliage and toadstools, you can completely build this up to the specification that you want. We're flashing up the details at the bottom of the screen for the individuals. A lot of people going for the individuals, which is great, something for each and every budget. Lots of you going for the multi-buy as well. You can go 2 for 35 or 2 for 40, 2 for £35, 2 for $40. You've got your wonderful woodland again. Great for those masculine cards. Did I go to the wrong one? Or are you following me? Are you following me? I'm in charge, am I? Here we go. Sorry. I'm in charge. I think I mixed it up on purpose there, just so I could say I was in charge. There's your wonderful woodland. Again, how beautiful is that? You've got the front of the forest there, the front of the woodland as we delve in deeper, and then you've got the creatures of the woodland as well. Again, mix and match these, change these up. Who knows what's coming next? I can tell you, we're off to the country cottage. We've gone through the woodland into the country cottage. This is gorgeous, isn't it? Like a picture-perfect postcard that you've got the ability to make jump off the page. Think how beautiful you can make this look with that gorgeous cottage. Again, you can create it so that you've got that beautiful fence in front, pop in that bird bath, pop in that post box, create the depth and dimension here. These theatre cards, I think, will look fantastic. We've got the African Savannah. Again, how amazing is this? This is the most popular one individually. Yeah. Oh, next demo! Yep. That's coming up for you.
Next demo is what I'm saying.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, all right. I thought you meant I was calling to say I was ready for the next demo, because I am absolutely not. I'm still busy just tidying up after the last one.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
It's all good. I'm nattering on. Don't you worry about it. I'm nattering for ages. You just give me the little wink that you normally give me, and then I'll be that one. Yeah. I'll be there. The African. She doesn't really wink at me, by the way, during the shows.
I can wink if you want.
Huh?
I can wink if you want.
Oh yeah, you go. I'll look out for that one.
Well, I'm not ready though, so.
No. Sorry, I just completely changed the subject. My Daisy, who's 10, 2 things that she can't do, and it always makes me laugh. She can't whistle. Have you ever tried to teach somebody to whistle? Because it's the most impossible thing. You do this. She goes, ooh. It's like, how do you teach someone to whistle? And the other thing she can't do, she can't wink, and it's the cutest thing. She does that. It's like, no, one at a time. Anyway, from the African savannah to the tropical paradise. So this was the die set that you just saw Sarah using a few moments ago to create that totally tropical card. Absolutely brilliant. Loved it so much. Loved all of the colours. And this is the fun that you can have. You can have fun with all of your cards, so all of your paper, all of your colours, all of the colours within your brand new Academy colour if you've plumped for that one as well. This is the second most popular one individually. On the twofers, the majority of you are going African savannah and tropical paradise. Also very, very close in the running on the individuals is the fairy tale forest. This was Sarah's card that she made first up, which I absolutely loved. The, in inverted commas, simple card, really, really quick and easy to do. All of the elements there to build up your own fairy tale, tell your own story. That's what these allow you to do. Such versatility, such easy crafting with this. Hopefully now you've seen the concept, hopefully now you've seen how easy it is to create with these, you're now thinking to yourself, I'm going to go for the full collection. If you are, £75.99 is your platinum price today, or $87.96 if you're platinum and you're shopping with us in the US. Also, must just remind you of something which you can get your hands on right now, which we're launching officially at 6 o'clock this evening here in the UK, 2 o'clock Eastern. It is the brand new Academy of Colour. 3 hours with Leanne coming your way. You need to make that an appointment to view. Drop everything else, switch off the phone, and basically get in watching this, because if you've already bought this, you need to be watching for the hints and tips and demonstrations. B, you need to be asking those questions, and C, if you are still on the fence about this, you'll watch that show and you will jump in and grab it. I can honestly tell you you will. This is the price for everybody, don't forget. We've dropped that price for you, so if you did buy earlier on, you think, hang on a minute, I didn't pay that price, we will be in touch with you to make sure that you get that money credited back into your account. This is the price that everyone will pay, £79.20 or $95.20. It's the start of that journey. If you are someone who's been hesitant with your colouring, someone who's nervous to get started with colouring, if you feel like, everything's all over the place, you don't know where to begin, this is where you start. This is the start of the journey right here. You've got your duo colours in there, 25 markers in total. You've got the alcohol markers in there, of course. You've got the brand new watercolour markers in there too. The box is fully loaded with everything that you need. You've got your project binder in there as well, which you're going to be able to store initially your 40 stamps, which you're going to get. As I said, 8 of your duo colours in the aqua markers, 16 duo colours in the alcohol markers. Then on top of all of that, you're going to get your opaque white pen for those highlights. You've got your marker blending palette. You've got your paint brushes in there. You've got your project pockets for storing all of your projects so you can track your progress as you go. You've got your project dividers in there too. You've got all of your sheets of 5x7 alcohol marker paper and the watercolour cardstock in there too. And tons of stamps, as I said. There's 40 of those. And that's just the first step. It's the beginning of that journey. And don't forget, with all of this, you've then got access to all of those classes with Leanne. Already, loads of you telling me that you're loving them. Loads of you telling me that you've felt that you've learned and you've progressed already. This is the one to go for. Full show coming your way with Leanne a little bit later on. £79.20, $95.20 if you're platinum. We'll read out more of your comments very, very shortly indeed. And any of your questions, we'll do those too. But right now, baskets are bulging, carts are overflowing. So let's get you checking out those carts, checking out those baskets. We will come back in just a few moments' time with even more on this amazing launch day.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Make your die cutting tools last as long as your love for crafting with the Gemini Accessories clear cutting plates. Your metal dies are put under lots of pressure with each pass through your Gemini die cutting machine. So to make sure they cut crisp, clean, delicate designs for years to come, you need to look after your dies, and that's where the Gemini Accessories clear cutting plates come in. Quick Buy, get yours now. Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
What a day to be here at Crafters TV. I know loads of you just popped off then during that little break to place your orders. Diane says, I've just been off to place my order, and so many of you checking out your baskets there as well. Thank you to Michelle Gibb, who says, Ben, we used to live in Cyprus, and there are flamingos at Salt Lake between Limassol and the RF base. I was only saying the other day that I want to hire a car when I go over there, so I will go and check that out now, Michelle, now you've said. Thank you as well for all of the lovely comments coming through about the Academy of Colour. There are so many positive comments from those of you who bought it earlier and now know that you're getting it for this price. Just to recap on that, everybody who did jump in earlier on before we lowered the price, you were thinking, hang on a minute, I paid more than that. Do not panic. Everybody pays this price. If you did buy earlier on, we will be in touch with you to get that money credited back, so you don't have to worry. This is the price for everybody. And like we said, this is just the start of the journey. So it's kind of like an investment really, for the fact that you've got your first step here with all of that tuition, which you're going to get more of as the extra steps sort of come along. And whilst a lot of our American friends have had the auto ships, you just need to know that you'll be adding to your Academy of Colour over the course of the next few months, let's just say. So you've got the knowledge of knowing that we're with you right along the way. You'll be the very first to know when the next step comes, but the first step for you to take is to get this collection today. An amazing price, as we've already said, and the other step that you need to make sure that you take today if you're grabbing this is that you join us this evening, 6 o'clock here in the UK, 2 o'clock Eastern, a 3-hour official launch of this brand new Academy of Colour. We kind of crashed the party a little bit, Sarah and I. We crashed in a little bit early, but at least you can get in now. Here's the thing, you can get this now, and then you can sit back, relax,
I just knew, Ben, a lot of people would be wanting to get one basket and just pay one lot of shipping.
Yeah.
And can I just say, guys, I've learnt my lesson. I won't do this again.
No.
I won't do this again in terms of, we thought we'd do, like when HSN does a Today Special, he's the full price.
Yeah.
But look, guys, we're dropping it, you're only going to pay this. I thought, nobody's going to pay this. They're going to know, obviously, we're going to be doing an awesome deal.
Yeah.
No, the fact that so many of you were happy to pay the
Exactly
higher price tells me what an awesome product you guys think this is.
Yeah.
So I'm so pleased, but yeah, we won't do that again. I thought we'll try that. We'll not try that again. We'll just make sure next time we won't make it available to buy until we have it at the lower price, so that you don't ever need to worry in future. That won't happen again. And we'll credit everybody who's paid the higher price so that you don't feel like you missed out.
And just a few final comments, as I say, because there's so many. Mary Beth is saying, I've started the Academy of Colour classes. To me, the classes with Leanne are priceless. 3 hours without commercials. Yeah, absolutely right. She's an amazing teacher. There's a separate Facebook group as well, which there is for questions if you want to watch it back. You'll get a QR code with your product, so you can access all of that, and all the details are there for you, and we'll touch on that in more detail later on. Lillian says, I love Crafters Companion. Crafters TV is so inspirational and so incredibly generous. Michelle says, I took the day off from work for the first class of the Academy of Colour, and it was so worth it. The positivity is amazing, and there's only positivity going to come out of this. Grab this today. Honestly, if you're that person that's nervous, you're worried, you don't know where to begin, this is where you need to start, and the next step is 6 o'clock tonight with us here in the UK.
Oh, and do you know what I'm going to do, Ben?
Yeah.
So, you know, I said that I learned things in Leanne's class that I've never understood about colouring before. I'm going to share with you in the next demo one of those things that I learned.
Ooh.
So it's a technique that I learned when I did that class. It terrified me. I've heard about people doing it. I've seen Leanne do it, but I've never dared try it. She made me try it as part of the class. And then I'm like, oh, this is revolutionary. This is going to change my life. So I'm going to be doing that as part of the next demonstration, I can promise you. However, before I start the demonstration, I'm going to change the details back over, because we're going back to the dies, which you guys checked out in your droves. Yeah, back to my show, guys. You can go to Leanne's later, but back to my show, back in the room, okay? I'm going to take you back. That concept suite, we had a lot of feedback when I showed the concept suite.
Yes,
so
please.
I just want to show you them again in detail and explain to you how those cards are made, so that you can get these home and make every one of these cards with every one of the designs. So, for example, this is as simple as, this is the one that's been the most popular, the African Safari.
It has.
I'm going to be doing this one as my next demonstration. Just warning you, it will go crazy busy when you see this one. But can you see, it's a dome-fronted landscape card with domes at different levels, so that you've got that storytelling in different layers in the background. I'm going to be doing that, but I'm going to be doing it with coloured elements using my alcohol pens.
Okay.
Coming up, right? There's your flamingo, where we've used them on the concertina side card. We had some of these in stock a while back so that you could buy the Reggie Dunn card. I don't know if you remember them, Ben. I think loads of people bought some of them. I remember you and I doing the show with it. This, I think, super clever.
Really
now,
clever.
I've never made one of these type of cards, but I think that would make a fantastic craft along, this one here.
Yeah.
So we're looking to getting this one done as a craft along for you, just because I know loads of people would love, if you feel like me, you'd love to know how to do that. In fact, to be honest, these dies are going to make an amazing craft along, aren't they, Ben? I can't wait till... But please, guys, you've got to get them home and let us know, so that we know if there's a specific card you want to do in the craft along. Because I love even just something nice and
clever.
simple,
Yeah.
like the pop-out. Now, that is what inspired this card here, where you've got the fairy. And can you see, she just dangles down in the middle, that fairy.
Yeah.
But you've got one design, one of your creative cards in the background, one in the foreground there. That's what's so clever about them. Now, personally, I would absolutely be all over doing this, where you have your stepper card and you cut into the front of the stepper card. Or this is the one that you guys loved when I last showed this.
This is my fave.
This is Ben's favourite there.
Yeah.
So it's where you've got that African savannah again, but you put your creative cards in the background and then you layer them up in the foreground pieces. Now, there's some of the ones like your dome-fronted cards, if you just want to build up your dioramas using your foam pads on there, Ben. If you want to do things like your theatre cards on there, I think these, look at the different layers in there.
Yeah.
So clever the way, and also I like the movement. So can you see, as we move them along,
Yeah.
it looks like the animals are
Those are
almost
moving.
moving in front of
Yeah.
that. But then some of the other ones that you guys have absolutely loved, this one here, I think this one in particular, is the one that everyone went
This
crazy
is the.
for.
I mean, this is ridiculous.
That is the demo to do that.
That is the one.
I'm just going to tell you, if anybody makes this exact card, I want to see it. I want you posting this on my Facebook page, tagging me in it on your posts. I need to see the finished example
That's a
with
Starbucks
this.
card, isn't it?
That is a Starbuck. And it's a Starbuck, and if I show you it from the bottom, you can see it's a Starbuck with three different levels. So
Yeah.
you've got three different styles. You create a card at the back, another one in the middle, another one at the front. That is just absolutely brilliant, that. What a card that one is. But even if you want to go a little bit simpler, can't believe I'm calling this card a simple card, where you've just got like a book and you're looking into the inside of the book.
Yeah.
That's what these dies are all about. That's what they're all about. So I'm going to get here, we're going African Savannah, guys, and we're going to do a little bit of colouring here on there too. So if I just move all these out the way, and we start on, I've got my African Savannah dies. Now, if you missed the start of the show where I walked you all through it, basically each one of these sets, there are 2 sets of create a card dies. So in this one, there's one create a card set. There is the second create a card set, right? And then here's all your animals. So we've got a lion, we've got the elephant, we've got a rhino in this one, and they've got all of the little detail on them as well, the trees, the giraffes, so that you can emboss into them. You'll see I'm going to do some embossing and colouring into these when we move on to the giraffes. Now, look what I've done here, Ben, right? I've started off, I've just got my base card, and I've gone nice and big, and I'm going to go one with the base, then I'm going to layer up with the trees on the inside, and then I'm going to layer up with the one set of trees on the background. So you've got these trees and these trees. So I'll do one on the background, one on the foreground. Now remember what I showed everybody, Ben, when we are using the, let's go with this one here. This is the one I'm going to show you the colouring techniques with. Use your magnetic mat and line them up in the centre like this, so that you've got those cutting lines meeting each other right in the middle. These will all stay connected into your card, create a card style.
Yes.
So we've got that. Lie that down in the centre. Top plate goes on there, Ben, and I'm going to send this through. Now this is the one I've used alcohol pen colouring cards. So really important, I've used alcohol pen colouring because I'm going to do the blending on this one.
Okay.
Right? If you wanted to, when I did the last one, I did watercolour card because I was doing watercolouring with that, right? So that is what we're going to do our alcohol pen colouring on. And then if I take these ones off and I pop the next one on, now this one here, Ben, you can have it a little bit wider if you want, right? Or you can connect them right together. Whatever works for you. I'm going to pop this one in the centre, so we're going to cut this again, but it will cut and emboss.
Oh, okay.
So cut and embosses, one pass through, or if you want to really deep emboss, you've got your purple embossing mat there as well.
Yep.
So I'll show you where you can send it to. If you want to do that extra embossing, you won't need to if you're using a Gemini, guys, I'm being really honest, okay? But if you wanted to do extra deep embossing, what you would do is you would add your embossing mat in here, send it through to embossing again, but if you add the embossing mat, you must take out the the magnetic mat, right? But look at that, it's done all the embossing in there as we've gone through. So you've got them trees embossed onto the detail there.
Fabulous.
Right, so there's the background, but it's this one here, Ben, that I wanted to work on. And I'm also going to get, let's have a little look, just a piece of cardstock behind, because what Leanne taught me is you
So is
must
this the technique
always
you were
have,
worried about?
This is the one I was worried about, right? You must always have cardstock behind. Now, if I bring in my alcohol pens, right, in here you'll see we've only got 2 shades of green, right? So if you want the green, but we want to go darker, we're going to add grey. We're going to add grey. And I know you're going to go, what? Why are we adding grey? But let me just show you on here. This is what I found really scary, okay? So I'm going to go with the light grey kind of from the middle of the tree here, Ben, right? So I'm taking the light grey over. I love how he's gone quiet. And just to make sure, I'm just going to blend out the light grey right to the edge there, because I just want a not too harsh edge, right? So I'm just
What's that you're adding now? Is that the other end of that
blender pen. So on the grey, you've got Ice Grey 8 and you've got the blender, right?
Okay.
So I've gone with my Ice Grey 2. I'm going to add a little bit of Ice Grey 5 here, right round the bit where it would be dark.
Okay.
But I've gone, first of all, so this is what she taught me. You have your base of colour down first.
Right.
And then we're going to blend from that one into this one here.
Right.
And because you've got that lovely brush nib, look at how we've got that lovely, it's just blended it out seamlessly.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to take that blender and blend that right out, right? So we've got a great tree, okay? So,
Tremendous.
thank you. On our great tree, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to colour it green. Because when I colour green, in fact, should I colour this tree green? I'm going to colour this one just green so that you can see, right? So that you see the difference. So if I go with my green,
right.
Actually, and I'm actually doing exactly what you told me not to do. I should be using the lighter colour first and putting a base of colour down, Ben.
Right.
And then once I've got the base of colour down, I should be adding the darker shade. So I should be doing what Leanne says. Darker shade onto here. And then now it's nice and juicy, then I'm going to go in with the darker green, the lighter green again, to blend all of that out, right? So there is my lovely green tree, right?
Yes.
But it's a light shade of green. We want a dark shade of green, right? So what we do is, on this one here, now that that's dried a little bit, I'm going to go over, so let's start at the top.
What, over the...
So I'm going to go over the light green first, right? So get the base of light green down. And then once we've got the light green on, now I'm going to take the dark green. So I'm going to put the dark green round here. And because we've got the grey underneath, it actually makes the dark green even greener, right? Even darker than the light green is. So that you've got that lovely ombre effect from the dark green into the... Can you see?
As that dries,
how much darker that
is?
is, yeah? So once we blend that out, and then if you want to go a little bit darker again, we can come in with the really dark grey, the scarily dark grey. Now we've built up some of that colour.
Why were you worried about doing this particular technique then?
Because it's grey. You can't put grey on top of green. And I just found the whole thing terrifying, Ben. I don't like to mix colours. I only use the ones from the same colour families because I find the whole thing terrifying other than that, right?
Yeah.
So I always stick with the same colour families and then blend that out. So can you see I've gone right from that. Now you can see the grey, and you don't want the grey.
No.
So all you do is go over the top with the green, and we've got that lovely darker shade of green all built in. Isn't that really clever, Ben?
Really clever.
Yeah. So now look how much darker that is. And again, I'm trying to speed along here. Leanne would tell me off for trying to be too fast. Whereas what I need to be doing is taking my time and getting the nice blend out. But do you know what makes it brilliant, Ben? Having that lovely brush nib on the edge.
Yeah.
To be able to do that lovely blended effect like that. So now I've got that lovely stipple effect. And I just keep trying to move it so you haven't got that. There you go. Look at the difference. Look how dark that tree is versus that tree.
As it dries as well, it becomes even more...
It becomes more apparent.
Yeah.
So I wanted you to see greys and greens, which Sarah would never have dared attempt, just greens.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go the same. I'm going to bring in a little bit of brown here. So if I want to do a little bit of my brown on the tree trunk, so I'm going to go with tan 6 and tan 5, and actually I'm going to bring into the lighter tan.
And the thing is, I guess once you know something like that and you've learnt it, it's not as if, like, once you've learned how to do that, it's not going to then take you, like, weeks to sort of perfect it, really, is it? It's just, like, knowing the hints and tips and almost, like you said, having the confidence to be able to do it.
Do you know what it was? It was that she forced me to do it on the show. Yeah. And I was getting a little bit... antsy about it.
A little bit what?
A little bit antsy.
Antsy?
I was, yeah, because thousands of people were watching me live, Ben.
Oh.
So I was like, I'm going to make an absolute fool of myself here.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know how to do this.
Antsy?
Antsy, like, just...
Nervous?
You know, nervous,
Oh.
right? There we go. Look at that tree there. Look at the blend we've got on the tree. Doesn't it look lovely? So, and then...
That's quite funny that she put you on the spot then in front of thousands of people and said, you're going to do it now.
Yeah. And then look at this. So we also learned some lovely, like, flicking techniques on here.
Yeah.
In fact, look what I'm going to do here. I'm going to use this base here so I can get it nice and perfect, right? Right, so I'm going to just flick this up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then from flicking this one up, I'm going to then flick the next colour. This is the problem when I'm doing alcohol pen colouring though, Ben. I'm going to have to go quiet.
Yeah. I've noticed though as well how you're using like the pen in different ways almost. Like a minute ago you were almost sort of just using it almost a little bit like a paintbrush, and now you're sort of holding it again differently to create that flicking technique. So again, I suppose a different way you use the pens, you can create different effects as well.
And this is why you need to watch Leanne's class, and this is why you want these new duo colour pens, because it's a different technique, it's different, having the brush nib, it's a different level of control that you need to work with, and for a lot of people it probably feels quite alien, and that's what she's going to teach you how to do.
Pammy just said that the grey-green tip, she says that was one of the best tips Leanne gave us in the first class.
Oh, hands down. That was for me, when people started saying, oh my word, I can't believe that. Yeah. That was what I found was such a difference, right? Now, I'm going to lie that one over top of that background
Looks
piece.
even better now. Look
Doesn't
at the
it?
tip. That's
made
amazing.
It pop. Made it pop.
Dries.
Right, let's have a little look. Do you know what I need, Ben?
Yeah.
Bit of foam on a roll. Foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll. Hey!
At least you still sing it with me, Sarah.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I love it, Ben.
I appreciate that.
I love it. Love a bit of a foam on a roll song.
Everyone still sings along in the comments, so it's all good. Lots of you, by the way, Lots of you as well. I haven't gutted about Debbie. Wait till I see her. I'm with her tomorrow. Lots of you say that you've now bought this. Wendy says this has just fallen into my basket. A lot of you just loving the samples that we've been showing you on this collection as well. And I think loads of you now getting on the bus and joining in with this collection, seeing how easy it is to be able to create these amazing scenes, and in combination with your brand new Academy of Colour. I know I'm telling you to buy everything today, but...
That's because we've got a lot of awesome product today, Ben.
It's one of those days,
and we just wouldn't want you to miss out.
No.
Right, let's have a little look. Make sure I've got my mats and layers nice and straight.
Have you been on safari?
Mate, no, I've never been on a safari. I mean, I went to Animal Kingdom in Disney. Does that count?
Yeah. No. That's like me saying I've been to Woburn Safari Park. Does that count?
Yeah.
Not.
Almost.
Not really.
Almost. Right, let me show you how these work, guys, because these are super clever, right?
Okay.
I'm going to do a giraffe, and I'm also going to do a little elephant. So all you do is we're going to cut these, but we're going to cut them in slightly above the baseline, all right? So I'm going to pop them on there. Let's have a little look. Now, I'm going to cut these regularly. I'm not going to cut them the way the instructions. I'm going to cut them the way you're used to seeing me cut. Base plate. I'm also going to do the magnetic plate, top plate on there, straight through. And what I'm doing here is I'm cutting out individual pieces. So an individual elephant and also some individual giraffes here. And I'm going to do a couple of elephants and a couple of giraffes. So watch this. There's my elephant. Oh, there's my giraffe. You'll be a little bit careful, guys, when you do this, but it really doesn't matter because we're going to cut this away. So watch. It comes onto there. Oh, we can come straight up, really. It comes onto there. This comes down from here, so you get an elephant with that base on.
Gotcha.
And then if I bring in where did I put my craft knife? Here it is. I can cut out all of the little bits of his legs here, because we don't want them on shore.
Got a bit worried then for a second. Leanne just walked down the corridor.
Oh, she doesn't know we're
in the Academy of Colour. No, not talked about it. Coming up later on. You have to see it for the first time at 6 o'clock this evening. We've not talked about it at all.
Yeah.
Oh, the gallery!
Oh!
So I told you, nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me, Leanne. Nothing to do with me. It's all her fault.
Oh, she's on a mission. Oh dear! How Georgina's been pulled off.
She switched us off, so that means we'll be getting a telling off in a minute.
Come here, right, let's have a little look. So I want to show you something. Let's have a go. I'm going to do some yellow colouring. I'm going to use that lovely undertones of grey thing that she taught me, but I'm going to do it with the pale tan this time, right? So watch this. I'm going to go yellow all over my giraffe, right? Okay. He's very yellow there. Let's have a little look. We should always be colouring on another sheet, especially if Leanne's watching. Craigie Moses. Don't want to be
just again, why when we use our alcohol markers do we have to colour on top of something else?
Well, if you watch Leanne's class, you'll find out all about it.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, it's to do with it's to do with the way that the colour moves through the paper. So, and she explained it really, really well in the class, and clearly I was listening a lot. Yep, that's all I'm going to say there. Right, so there's my base giraffe, and then watch, I'm going to come in with one of my darker tans, and you can colour all, because you've got the, what do you call it?
The blender?
No, what's the word? The embossing.
Oh,
you can follow the embossing for all these little pieces on here, Ben.
Yeah.
You won't be doing it under studio lights, guys, so it'll be a little bit easier for you, but you can follow the embossing for all of the giraffes'
so you know where the spots are?
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
she says I can't really see them all.
By the way, the amount of people who said that the tip with the grey pen was unbelievable is amazing. So I think everybody's learnt, as you learnt there, and Marsha has just described the grey pen tip as a life changer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Life changer.
I know.
I tell you what.
Seriously, Academy of Colour could change your life.
Do you know, I hope Leanne's, I hope she's listening over there in the gallery. So, right. Our Georgina's back. She's alive. There's my giraffe. There's my giraffe. Apparently Leanne says I'm doing a good job, which is a relief because I was really worried there. I thought if Leanne's coming in, that is not a good sign. Right, watch, we're going to have a light grey giraffe. No, we're not. We're going to have a light grey elephant, Ben, is what we're going to have, right? So here we go. So we've got the light grey elephant. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to go around these with the darker shade. Look at this, can you see you've got the really light bases here. So I'm just following all of this going round some of the lighter pieces where I'm following all of that embossing
all
detail.
the clues are there for you, aren't they?
Yeah,
So
follow
make
them.
you,
Follow
look
them all
awesome.
round, right. So that's there. And then, of course, if you want to lighten anywhere, remember you've got that blender pen on the top as well.
Oh, yes.
Which we called in the class, not a blender pen, but like an eraser pen.
Yeah, because again, I think it might have been you last time actually, because it was the first time that I'd sort of heard of / seen a blender pen, and I was thinking that this was there to kind of blend two colours, but it's not, is it?
No, no.
It's to take away colour.
It's to take away colour, all right? So we're going to put his little eye on there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, all I'm going to do, Ben, is I've got here several of the giraffes and the elephant and everything like that. So can you see in each one of them I've just coloured up, and you've got them little spotty bits on the bottom.
Okay.
So all I'm going to do is I'm going to stick them down in here and underneath and kind of coming through as it was. Now I'm going to have to go quiet, Ben, because I'm going to have to focus here where I'm
That's
sticking
all right.
this
You
bit.
you focus and go quiet. Loads of you just getting in touch and chatting. Like, how amazing is this show been? I've loved it so much. I'm loving the fact as well that it sounds that so many of you are jumping on board and joining our Academy of Colour, which is just amazing. I know there's hundreds and hundreds of you watching right now as well, loving this show. Getting this launch day, which is absolutely flying out the door, and lots of you jumping in and grabbing the Academy of Colour as well. And here's the thing, the brilliant thing, if you are kind of new to us, and you know, we're obviously going to sing the praises of all these products because we absolutely love them, but if you want to find out from other people as well what they think, just join the chat on our Facebook page and our YouTube pages. Ask everyone else that's watching what they think of these products, and you'll be able to get the honest answer. And I can tell you, all the comments that I can see are just, you know, full of praise for this collection, and the positivity about that Academy of Colour as well is just amazing, and we love this so much. Sandra Dundas just saying, Sarah, we're so addicted and loyal. We all know you are so fair, and we trust you completely, which is a wonderful thing to say.
Oh, thank you.
And Carol Black says, I've been waiting for this video. I've had this set since 80% Craft Day purchase. They were a little intimidating just to dive right into for me. But again, the great thing is if you feel intimidated about anything, you've always got this show. So again, if you're picking up this collection today, you can save this show, you can bookmark it. If you're watching us on YouTube right now, you're probably already subscribed to us on YouTube. Join us on YouTube, free to do of course, and then you can make your own playlist, you can bookmark shows, you can get notifications when shows come live. And again, as Sarah was saying, the great thing about a collection like this, pick it up today, you've got this show, no doubt there'll be more shows on this, you'll probably see this again on Second Chance Sunday, and then there'll be craft alongs down the line as well, where you can pick up even more hints and tips, and you might even join us on a craft along as well, which would be amazing, on our award-winning show. So there's plenty of reasons to buy, and plenty of reasons to buy with confidence, and know that you're going to get the very best out of your collection. Whilst I've been rabbiting, I mean, you are putting together over there, Sarah, an absolute work of art. I was almost thinking you were just going to stick that in a photo frame.
Yeah, not being funny, Ben, but how awesome is my tree colouring?
I mean, it's pretty
and my
awesome.
giraffe and my elephant.
Pretty awesome.
And it's all about having them awesome pens. Do you know, I love it when we can do shows like this and we can like mix and match all the different products that we have. And
yeah.
I can do, you know, been able to do some colouring techniques there, whereas quite often when we do in the die cutting, we don't have time to really delve into the colouring. On a launch day, we do when we get into some of the more technique-y based shows and the craft alongs and things like that. But how lovely for me to get to delve into some of them techniques on a launch day show.
I love it.
Have a beautiful day.
You have a beautiful day.
Ah, and then have a little look at me animals up close. I love them. And go on, George, do a deep push in on me tree with the grey, because I think it looks epic.
Oh, into the tree, here we go.
And you see, that's my colouring. Wait till Leanne teaches you the technique properly tonight and you go, oh, that's how you're supposed to do it.
Do yourself down, what you like. That's awesome.
I was pretty chuffed with that, I'm not going to lie.
That, yeah. I mean, the fact that Leanne came all the way from the office, all the way down into the studios,
to
into
say
the
me
gallery,
colouring was
to say
looking
that
good.
you're doing great. I mean,
oh, shucks, man.
I mean, seriously. Honestly, right, how amazing was that card? Just brilliant. Think potentially my favourite demo of the show so far. You will get to vote for your favourite in just a little while. Sarah could be a winner today.
Oh, let's all face up to the reality here, guys. Leanne's coming in and doing a big show later. I stand no chance.
Well, you never know. You never know. Because Leanne's might be more technique-y based.
Oh, yeah, you never know. You never know. Good point.
I'll get her to do lots of techniques and we won't do a finished project. Then
don't let her make a card.
It'll be you versus
then
Craig.
I have to win.
Although Craig's done quite a good card earlier on.
Oh, Oh man, I'm never going to win Demo of the Week.
Listen, jump in please and grab this collection today. This is the one that you just looked at a few moments ago with Sarah, that African Savannah. It's nice to see, isn't it, how simple it is for you to be able to create pretty much whatever card size that you want to go for, and then all of the different elements that you can slot in and create these scenes. Again, you know, you don't have to go massively 3D if you don't want to. You know, you can just create your frame. You can have little pops of foliage here like we've got with our Tropical Paradise. We've got the flamingos actually sort of just flat there on the cardstock. Beautiful sentiment, but how great does that look again? And that shows you too the different sort of size cards that you can create, because remember the base dies, those creator card dies, are split down the middle, so you can create more of your rectangular cards if you want, and you can create your square cards very easily too. And again, look at this one, just building up all of those different layers, really kind of drawing the eye in and creating that beautiful effect of that fairy tale woodland, which I love so much. This is gorgeous as well. The fairy tale forest. Yes, fairy tale forest, this one, isn't it? And again, using all of the different cardstock that you've got. This one here incorporating a bit of glitter card on the moon and on that castle as well. Just building that scene, using your papers up to create these gorgeous frames as well. I mean, you are just going to have the best time creating with this collection. And then again, hello.
Can I just ask a question before you move any further?
Yep.
I need to know in the comments, guys. My next card, would you like me to go back to watercolouring techniques, or would you like me to stick with alcohol pen?
Okay.
So you let me know in the comments, watercolouring or alcohol colouring, why Ben's going through all of this.
You have got about 3 minutes to get your vote in.
Oh!
1 for watercolour,
Yeah.
2 for alcohol markers.
All right, it's all right. You've got 3 minutes.
Okay,
You've got 3 minutes.
These cards I absolutely love because they remind me of being in the theatre, darling. And literally just like that, when you have like the scenes being brought in, you know, say like when you're doing the pantomime, they slide the different sets in the different scenes, and this is exactly like it. All of those different scenes just slotted in to this theatre card with the fairy tale forest, with your fairy tale castle in the background. Then you've got the second layer there of your forest with your princess and Prince Charming there, and then the focal point there, just building up those trees with a beautiful sentiment on the front. Absolutely stunning. And just one more for now. Again, using the flamingos there, the Tropical Paradise. Just again, how stunning is that? The one scene here, but then when you open it up, you've got the different levels of scene, creating that story within that tropical paradise. Brilliant. All of the scenes you're going to get are the fairy glade. You've got the country cottage, the tropical paradise, which we've got here, the African savannah, the wonderful woodland, and the fairy tale forest. Now, the majority of you, having watched for the last couple of hours, have now sort of twigged, have now gone, right, I'm going for that full collection, £75.99. If you're a platinum member, that's the best way to go, $87.96. However, if budget doesn't quite stretch, if you do potentially want to dip your toe in the water, or as I've said, if you've got a couple that are your favourites and you just want to work with those initially, you can do. They are on a 2 for £35 or 2 for $40 deal. That is another great way to go. Maricel just saying, love that last card, gorgeous card, wonderful colouring, Sarah. Carol said, I have a card order for the flamingo one already, so I'm really paying attention. Susie T just saying Leanne is an amazing teacher. I can't believe how much I've learned watching just 2 classes of the Academy of Colour. I love that you can watch them over and over exactly whilst you practice the new techniques. The Academy of Colour is amazing, and that is the point. You've got all of those classes there. You've got the ability to watch at your leisure. If you don't understand something, rewind it and watch it again. Keep watching until you get it right. It's that class that you can use at any time of the day. You've got your own little sort of digital Leanne to pop up onto your tablet, on your phone at any time of day or night, which is amazing. A free pocket Leanne with every purchase of your Academy of Colour. And talking about that, we must just recap on this. It's coming up, officially launching on launch party at 6 o'clock this evening, so 2 o'clock Eastern. But so many of you are chatting about this, so many of you have bought it. If you have just joined the party a little bit late, Sara's just going to just recap on this, give you an overview about the whole kind of ethos of the Academy of Colour and why you absolutely need to jump in and grab this. If you're scared of colouring, Sara, if you're a little bit all over the place, if you don't know where to start, this is an amazing starting point, isn't it?
Well, do you know what, Ben? That was exactly what the vision was when we invented this product. What we did was, so here's the background to this product, okay? In the pandemic, there were millions of people all over the world got into colouring. It's so mindful, it's such a wonderful craft, it's accessible for people of all ages, people of all skill levels, it's things that families have been able to do together, and there's just been this huge, and I mean enormous boom in the world of colouring. So the buyers at HSN came to us and said, how do we take brand new people on a journey, or all those customers who have been shopping with us for years and years, who want to progress their skills to the next level, what can we do for them? So I sat down with Leanne and I looked back over the colouring that she's taught me over the last 10 years. And we talked about how we learned both alcohol pen colouring and also watercolouring. We went back to basics, looked at the technique, doing skin tones, hair tones, flora and fauna, landscapes, how to get dimension in objects, how to mix different colours together. All of these techniques are what she's taught me over the years. And we said, right, if we were starting with somebody, then what you would need is you would need all of the images to colour, so the tutorial images that we work with, and she had a whole team of illustrators illustrate images specifically for that educational program. And then we need the markers. Now we boiled it down to what do we actually want people to have to learn, and we invented a new pen. So these are our Spectrum Noir Duo colours. So they're in a small barrel. They like I like to think of them as the learning pens, okay? Because so each one of these pens is $3.95 a marker. Now that is cheap when you consider that you've actually got 2 markers. So $3.95 per one of these, so essentially $2 a marker. You cannot buy a brush nibbed marker anywhere in the world at this quality for $2 a marker. So the value in these markers at $3.95 per marker is off the chart. So what we've done is, we've done you 16, so that's 32 colours of the alcohol markers, and each pen we've given you a light and a dark in each shade. And then we've also done the aqua markers, same thing in the duo colour, but because you add water to make them lighter or darker, you don't need 2 different shades of the same colour, you need 2 different hues. So what we've done is we've done you 8 colours of the aqua markers with 2 different hues in each. Again, they work out at $2 per marker pen for the brush and the ink that's in there. So you're getting 2 pens in here, so it's $3.95 a pen.
Yeah.
So what you've got is, you've got a new collection of 24 alcohol pens and 8 aqua pens. Now, at $3.95 a marker, 24 pens, that's just shy on $100 to get you the full brand new set of markers. Oh, I've dropped my markers on the floor. But then what we said is, right, what do you need to go with them? So you need all of the markers. Now, if we just go on to your watercolouring, you're going to need water brushes, you're going to need your water spritzer, and Leanne also feels strongly that you need an opaque white marker for you to be able to add your highlights with. So we added all of those marker pens in. Then there's all the stamps, the images that she had her team illustrate for her to be able to teach you these techniques, like the portraits, like folds in a dress, for example, like 3-dimensional cherries and plant pots. Everything that she plans to use in the education, she's built you in the stamps. So we've done you the stamps and we've done you the binder to store everything in, both your little project pockets while you're working on them, and also to pop your stamps on the panels in there too. And then, because I want you to get the best results, we've put you in watercolour card and alcohol pen colouring card, all in a wonderful big giftable proposition. So if you are buying this for somebody else as a present, it's a perfect starting point. It's brilliant as a standalone, where you'd get the 24 alcohol and the 8 watercolour markers and all the accessories. But if you want to go on that journey with us, you want to go on the programme, you then have the basis, the foundation parts to add to over the next 18 months as we build out and round out this programme by adding the rest of the pens in the collection. So like I said, if you just wanted to get started on this, £99, $119 is a brilliant place to get started. Or if you're wanting to start on the programme, it's a nice way to build it up. It's a little affordable chunks over 18 months. Now, have a little look at this video, all right? You can see these are the actual pens themselves.
Okay.
And they come in these lovely velvet trays, which I know feels a little bit luxurious. However, for a lot of people, this is the first time they'll be starting on colouring. I wanted them to have something really special. And I want you to be able to go and follow their educational programmes online. And they're all taught by Leanne. I actually take a lot of the classes. I know a lot of you thinking, well, why is Sara not teaching us this? because Sarah is not at the level you need for me to teach you this. I learned everything from Leanne. You're going to learn everything from Leanne, again, like with me at the same time. Now, that last demonstration I did is a prime example. I always knew that you could add grey underneath your colouring, but I've never dared do it. Whereas what you do when you take the class with Leanne is she'll go, right, everybody, stamp the tree, get that out, right, okay, get your grey pen out, and we're all going to take ice grey number 5, and we're going to start and put it, in fact, while I'm talking, you can have, in fact, I was going to show you Leanne, actually, teaching you one of the classes. I think we've got a little clip from one of Leanne's classes, you could say. So what she'll say, right, everybody, get your brown out, and we're all going to get IG5, and we're all going to colour exactly this little bit.
So first things, we're going to go with the lightest of the skin tone, which is
saying, get this out and we're going to go here. This is Leanne doing the watercolouring and teach you how to do skin colouring, watercolouring. And she's showing you that watercolour palette and exactly where we're going to add this in.
And again, this is something which people are scared of, isn't it? Doing
Terrified.
skin colour, doing hair colour, really difficult,
This is the hardest bit. And what you'll find is we've covered the basics of skin tone colouring in the original proposition here.
Yeah.
But then as you build up and get a little bit more advanced, we'll be doing a whole extra box set of like add-on colours, additional colours in your skin and in your water there. Now, we've speeded this up a little bit for you to be able to kind of see an example of the class. The great thing about when you do this class with Leanne is you're doing it in real time. So you're not going to be, there's going to be no speeding up. Leanne's doing it at the same time as you. And what I found a lot of people did, Ben, is they joined in for a little while and then they just stop and take a little bit of a breather and enjoy watching and chatting with everybody else because they know they can come back and watch a little bit more of what she has to teach you. And I think it's so important for you to see that no matter what level you're at, you can start and learn something new. Even me, I've been colouring for 10 years and guys, I fly all over the world and teach people how to colour. And within the first 45 minutes of the first class we did, I learned brand new things that I've never tried to do. Because Leanne said, pick this pen up, Sarah, and do this.
And I think a lot of people almost need that, don't they? Like you said,
need a little bit of a push.
Need that push because so many people think, oh, I can't do it. I'm afraid of doing it. Like you said, you know, with the grey-green blends. Oh, I'm afraid to do it. If you've got someone there going, follow along, just do it right now. You almost have to do it, don't you?
You almost
Take that
have
leap.
to do it. And do you know what I love the idea is? Our Oliver, my son, so he's 8. We could sit down together with this box and he could take the classes with Leanne.
Yeah.
That's the beauty. It's not just for me. It could be for the whole family. I know I could sit down with my mother-in-law and join in this. She would love to get started on colouring, wouldn't know where to start. This box is the starting point. So whether you're buying this for yourself, whether you're buying this as a gift for somebody in the family, for example, whether you want to do this together, you can absolutely do this. But what I want you to understand is, just the markers alone, there is $100 worth nearly of marker pens. Then on top of that, you've got the opaque white, you've got the paintbrushes, you've got the spritzer, you've got all of the stamps, you've got the binder to keep everything in, you've got the watercolour palette, you've got the different types of cardstock, you've got the box set to keep everything there. It really is a most complete collection. And do you know what I would say? If you don't believe me, go over onto HSN's website and you will see there are 200 plus 5-star reviews. People saying they cannot believe how phenomenal this programme is. And people in the comments here are just saying it is worth it for the education alone. But not only that, brand new markers, that beautiful brush nib for you to use in an alcohol pen, so easy to work with.
I can read you a couple that have just come through now as well. Like I have never seen the comments so busy for people commenting on one particular product. For Holidays Designs are saying, I cannot say enough good things about the Academy of Colour. I love having the exact colour and marker to know what my results should look like. There's a difference between these and the existing ones. And Gilmore says, Sarah, the value of having Leanne teaching the classes is off the chart, and you are priceless too. But that is
you're priceless too,
yeah,
Sarah.
You're priceless too.
Nice.
But that's the point, isn't it? Though, to have that tuition there. You know, with Leanne, the fact that you get everything that you need, you know, it's not that you're then going to be ferreting around thinking, oh, what pen do I need? It's all there for you within your Academy of Colour to follow those tutorials. And I love the fact that you've got that binder where you can store your stamps and you've got those project pockets, so you can almost track your own progress as you go, can't you, as well?
Yeah, that's the idea. And also, you're not going to be perfect at this on the first class.
No.
You've literally got 18 months to build up and graduate in the programme. And it's a continuous learning process. I've been learning and developing my colouring skills for over 10 years. A lot of you have been saying you've been doing that for even longer. It's unbelievable the level at which you're going to progress. Now remember, we're not supposed to be showing this.
What?
It's supposed to be, because this is Leanne's big launch at 6 o'clock this evening, UK time. So it's 6 o'clock UK time, which is what, 10 a.m?
It's 2 p.m. It's changed
2
now.
p.m.
2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m.
11 a.m. Pacific, that's it. So you basically come and watch the next show. It's just because I'm using these markers in my next demonstration. And actually, what was the answer?
Watercolour,
Watercolouring, right. Well, I'm going to go and get ready for another watercolouring demonstration. What we do need to do, though, guys, is a lot of you have this in your basket. A lot of you have the die sets in your basket. So we're going to give you 2 minutes to get it checked out so that you don't miss any demonstrations. So if you go and you watch this little break that we've got, get them checked out, or if you checked out already and you started, make yourself a quick cup of tea. Do not go anywhere. I'm going to go and get the full set of watercolours out, and I think we'll do that beautiful fairy stamp with a bit of watercolouring.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges, and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95, and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members, who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Draw, decorate, and customize your world with the colorful Spectrum Noir acrylic paint markers. Each premium paint marker gives opaque coverage on ceramic, glass, wood, and let's not forget paper, cardstock, and canvas. These versatile markers are filled with highly pigmented premium water-based paint, offering beautiful, rich, and smooth coverage. The colors can be blended together, and the fast-drying opaque paint is ideal for layering. A 3mm bullet tip offers smooth strokes, and a precision valve mechanism allows rich and consistent flow with no clogging. Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Oh, it's such a busy show. I love days like this when you guys are like picking up the best products, and you know, you're going away with a smile on your face, knowing, particularly that Academy of Colour as well, that you've got so much more to come. I'm loving as well, just ferreting through and looking at all of these finished cards for the Interchangeable Scene dies. Love these dome-shaped cards as well. I mean, how beautiful do these look? Again, giving you that sense of depth and dimension there, just sort of, you know, framing the scene here with the beautiful trees, and then having the different layers within the actual card itself. I love the fact this has sort of been left white on the front there, but then you've got all of the beautiful colouring on the inside, building up up with a little garden gate, with the gate that opens, the cutest thing, into that country cottage. And again, just something a little bit different, less kind of perspective with this one, but still plenty to love about it. Just a lot more flat on the actual card itself, but you can then still see all of the different layers that have been built up on that really cute English countryside cottage. And again, you've got to love this collection for the fact that you've got something as gorgeous as this, and then you go to something as fantastical as that gorgeous fairy glade. So from English country cottages to this fairy glade. And again, you're seeing with these samples here the different sizes and different shapes of cards that you've got the ability to make, because you've got those split scene dies, if you like, the split creator card dies that allow you to be able to do that. Love this one as well, and hopefully you've seen over the course of the last couple of hours that it's a really, really easy thing to be able to achieve, to build all of this depth and dimension. You're going to have a lot of fun with this collection. £75.99 for the full set. I'll recap on all of the boards in just a little while for you, but we're very keen to get on and see some more demos with Sara. If you're shopping with us in the US and you're a Platinum member, $87.96. Worth bearing in mind as well that if you do want to go individually, you can do. If you do want to maybe just buy a couple of these, you can get that deal, 2 for £35 or 2 for $40. There is a budget for everybody. There is a price point for everyone here, and I love the fact that you are all taking advantage of those deals. By the way, any more questions that you want to ask about this collection, anything that you want to see, do let us know. We did have a vote just a few moments ago as to what you wanted to see Sara using for this next demo from the Academy of Colour. It was a close run thing, but we would like to see, please, Sara, more of those watercolour duos, please.
Yeah, you did tell me that just before the break so I could get the demo ready. Remember that?
I'm just recapping. I'm being very professional.
No, be honest, you totally forgot that I asked that before the break, didn't you? You totally forgot.
For those of you who've just joined us and weren't there before the break, we had a little vote, watercolour or alcohol markers, and it was the watercolours that won. Sara.
I've got a spade here if you want to borrow it. Right, okay, so I
calls me out.
I do always call it out. I'm terrible. He never drops me in it, you know. When I'll be over here eating chocolate and drinking tea when I shouldn't be. He never drops me in it. Right, listen guys, I want to show you two techniques in this one. I want to do a background one and a colouring one with them. So, let me get out of here. Here's my little top tip, by the way, on how to do these. I like to pop the colours up from underneath. And you can decant these into your pen trays or whatever if you want. I'm just going to be honest, guys, I love keeping them in the little container. Well. I love it. I just love it, right? Watch this. Watch what I'm going to do. This is called the background scribble technique, right?
I like the sound of this.
Oh, hello.
And then make those noises when you do it.
Yep, you loo. Whoa. And then we're going to go a bit of a flower. Right, guys. How awesome is this? Right?
That one's going on my weekly wrap-up.
You just know that's all. That's going to be in another song later on in the year, isn't it? Right. Dear. Right, your spritzer, guys. Your spritzer is included. So watch this, right?
Right.
Spritz. Get that spritzed and nice like this, right?
Right.
When we're nice and wet like this, get your cardstock. We're going to go in and we're going to put it in and rub it all around, right? Once we're rubbed, we're going to lift up and we're going to get that background piece on the background,
yes.
right? Now, when you're at this stage here, I'm trying not to put it down there, you can go and you can, like, fill in the gap. Oh, I want to do it down here. Oh, let's have a little look, watch. I'll put that back down and pick up a little bit more.
Yeah, okay.
There we go, right? And then let me just quickly rub this off so that I don't get the back dirty. Okay. And then just fill in the background pieces here.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure that we get all that background piece. Ooh. Now, we're going to let that dry, right? And then while we're letting that dry, I'm going to do my second type. So this is, I want this to be nice and dry before we send it through the machine, okay? So that's going to be cool enough, not cool enough, it's going to dry.
Dry off.
Now we're going to go, and I'm going to show you how we cut in one of the details, right? Now, this is your fairy glade. Guys, I'm not being funny, this is the die set you can't live without. This is the one that I look that you cannot live without. So, you've got where I like to think fairies live, either in the poppy seed heads or in the toadstools, right? live in one of them. We've also got the little flower sides. This is what I'm going to cut. So I'm going to cut my flower sides into the pink that we've just done the background of.
Got you.
And then I'm going to cut these into here and we're going to colour this in. So because we're colouring, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop these onto the base here, Ben, and we're going to line all this up so that we can die cut this into the watercolour effect, right? So into the watercolour card like this, pop the top base on, we're going to send this through and cut it, and then I'm going to get all of my colours out, and I'm going to go, I'm just warning you now, Ben, right? I'm going into Sara Colouring Land, and you can dig me out in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Right? We all clear on what's doing there?
Colouring Land.
Sara is going into Sara Colouring Land.
It's like a children's book.
Yeah, it is. It's another world. My husband loves it when I hang out there. It's nice and peaceful, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take all of these marker pens and I'm going to do a mix of all of my colours, but I'm going to do them on the base, right? And I'm going to use my little pot of watercolour and I'm going to watercolour them up. So for example, if you do poppy heads first, I'm going to put a bit of orange down here and I'm also going to add a bit of tan on, so that I can do a little mix of shading and then just bringing these up together. Let's get this ready here, off the side, right? Then I'm just going to go on the bottom here and I'm just going to paint them up like this, Ben.
Are you in Colouring Land now?
I'm there. Just leave me alone. Yep. You just have me back for us.
No, I have got your back. So who's that saying? Oh, Miriam. Bringing your gnomes into this set as well. Well, that is a great idea, and why not? You know, if you've got other little characters that you want to pop into these scenes, I don't see any reason why you couldn't do that. This one is proving very popular on the individuals. I know as well, like a set like this, particularly this one, and also your fairy tale forest, I think the kids will absolutely love crafting with these. I don't know if you've got any crafty plans potentially, or any plans at all with the kids as the Easter break is soon to be upon us. If you're looking to craft with the kids, these would be absolutely superb. Just people still chatting about the Academy of Colour. I'll just read this one from Gwenda G, who says, I was going to pass on the Academy of Colour when HSN had it. I was interested in colouring. I'm so glad that I did buy it. The class is wonderful and I'm not afraid to colour anymore. Get this and don't hesitate. And that is what it is all about, and that is exactly why, Gwenda, we are doing it for people like yourself who are a little bit afraid, a little bit worried. You need not be worried, because as we said, you'll get a little pocket-size Leanne to guide you through it all at a point which is...
Pocket rocket out chivs, isn't she?
She is a pocket rocket, man. Why, yay.
Look at this. He's been at me a couple of months and he's got the lingo down already.
Well, yeah, man.
So proud of you. So proud of you, mate.
Thank you, mate.
Mate.
I think I can pull it off quite well now, actually, the old... it's not a Geordie accent, is it? No. Why nah, man? Why nah?
Why nah? I'm not sure we say that, Ben, but you know.
Huh?
I'm not sure we say that.
Why not?
Why nah? Well, I mean, I don't. That's not to say other people from around here don't say that.
I've heard other people say that up here. The one which I'm hearing quite a lot, which I don't think it's a rude thing. I say it. I know, because I know what it means now. Is to describe something which is like a bit of a faff, a bit of a hassle. Do you know that one?
What do we say?
What a chew.
What a chew. Yeah. Why do you think that would be, like, you can't say that?
Well, I don't know. What a chew.
What a chew.
No,
what a chew on, man.
What a chew, as in it's a chew on. Like, it's a proper chew on, like, man.
Proper chew on.
Right,
They're a hassle.
Yeah, I'm learning all the vernacular. The funny thing is, and I must have told you this before, I don't know if I've told you, so I've had to learn up here. There's a place actually where we had our summer barbecue back along. There's a place up here which is written Tudhoe. So you would call that Tudhoe, wouldn't you? Tudhoe.
No. Tudder.
Yeah. So when we went to the barbecue back in the summer, it was the first time that I got on a bus up here, and I said to the guy,
"You did not say I'm going to Tudhoe."
I did, because That's what I thought it was called.
Did he say, get off my bus?
just
There is
looked at
no
it.
place here for you.
Hello, my good man. Me and the family would like to go to Tudhoe, please. And he just looked at me as if to say,
Oh, I bet he did.
what are you going on about, mate? And he went, do you mean Tudor? I was like, oh, is that how you pronounce it? Yes. A return ticket to Tudor, please, my good man. Yeah, so I've learnt a few of the place names.
Ben's
around
fitting in great round here, guys. Great. He's, really had a big impact on the locals. But, for those of you who live somewhere else, as in America or whatever, and wonder what's going on here, can I just say, so Ben was from down south.
I am from down south.
Down south. There's a bit of a thing goes on where us northern people take the mickey out of the people
call us
from down
southern
south.
softies.
Yes. Yes, because you are, yeah. So, and you talk posh like that.
Exactly, because I don't think I sound particularly posh when I talk. I think I'm accentless, which I think people mistake for posh, and I don't think I'm that posh. But then when I come up here, I'm digging a bit of a hole here. When you come up here and you work with people who speak like Sarah, but you automatically sound posh, don't you? The bus story is a case in point. Do you mean Tudor? Tudor. So that's the reason. That's the reason why everyone thinks I'm a bit posh.
Yes.
Yep.
You fit in brilliant here, Ben. Absolutely brilliant. I just love it.
I've joined a cricket club and everything now.
What
in
can I
with the
say?
lads, and they even understand what they're saying to me on a Tuesday night when we go to nets.
When we go to nets. Oh, he's right in there when he's going to nets.
Yeah, right in there.
Give it a few months, he'll be wanting Saturdays off.
Oh, funny you should say that. Funny you should say that. Already, a few little emails have been sent. Any chance I could do a bit of swapping around? Start soon, actually. First game's my birthday, April the 30th.
Just after my birthday, Ben.
Your birthday is the 23rd of April, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Oh, look at that, you see. He knows how to butter up the bus.
I know.
I'll just learn when her birthday is.
Yeah. No, I always remember because you're exactly a week before me, and you're that 23rd is St George's Day.
St George's Day, that's it, you see.
So I'll always remember.
Can I just appreciate that I've done that little bit of watercolouring really quickly, right? And I'm going to just... But can you see how we made like a palette?
Yeah.
Well, we didn't. I made a lovely palette.
You did?
Just on the base here. And I'm just
Another
gonna keep
handy
it
use
nice
of
and
your glass
clean.
mat, that, isn't it?
Oh, glass mat, ingenious.
Yeah.
So look at that there. You've got the lovely base there. And then all you're going to do is you're going to trim that down, and we're going to put that on the front of the card. And then look at this. This should be a little bit dry now. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to go, right, we're going to cut this in here. So that is going to cut out absolutely beautifully. And let me just stick this down so that it doesn't move as it goes through the machine. So 1, 2 there. I don't want the dice to go over top of each other, Ben. And then I wouldn't normally go right in the middle of the paper like this and waste all this cardstock. It's just because I was demonstrating really quick on telly.
Quick on the telly.
Really quick on the telly.
Yeah.
Right, yep. So, and I wasn't thinking, I was just getting a little bit too carried away with all of me colouring in, right? So there we go. Into the base there. We're going to pop these two here and the top base on here, and through we go. Now, can I just emphasise, guys, right? This has been a show about die cutting, but I've just hijacked a little bit and wanted to show you some watercolouring and some alcohol pen techniques. When Leanne comes up later today, she's doing the whole show just on this Academy of Colour.
Yes.
So if you want to learn more about the Academy of Colour, make sure you tune into her show later. I'm like the warm-up act today. Just going to hit you there with that really straight. I am literally the warm-up act.
Not a bad warm-up act,
so
to be fair.
I've done all right, haven't I?
You've done all right.
Right, I'm trying to lift this out.
Just to say as well, if you have just joined us and you want more demos with the Interchangeable Scene dies, plenty back along the start of the show that you can catch up on. Of course, you can always watch these shows back at a time to suit, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. Those shows will always be there for you. So if you have just joined us, you're thinking, oh, I'd like to see some more demos with these, plenty through the show, which you can rewind a little bit later on.
There, look at that. So now you've got that lovely... Now, if you've missed any bits around here like I have, Ben, and you want to colour them in, what's all we're going to do, right? We're going to come in with a damp brush and we're just going to splodge in to fill in the background. So it's a slightly different look to the one that we did where we picked up the colour in the background.
Yeah.
However, if you've got just white gaps to fill like this, how easy is that to fill in all those little white gaps?
Perfect.
Okay, so there we go with that. And then I probably do want to cut that absolutely perfectly with my paper trimmer. And then I'm going to do this as a nice little, like a diorama style card bed, right? So let's just get all these cut down perfectly. 1, 2, 3, 4 sides there, right? So there's my lovely background with me multicolouredness on the background.
Multicolouredness.
Multicolouredness, right? Now, if you want to do the exact diorama cards, I've got the diorama card ready.
Oh, yeah.
So what I've done is I've done this to 5.5 inches tall. Let me just tell you that exactly it was. No, 5 inches I went with in the end. 5 inches tall by 10 inches wide, and I went at 1.25 inches, 2.5.
Right.
1.25 inches, 2.5. And that gives me that sort of shape in a diorama. That I'm going to stick onto the base here so that we've got that whole base diorama card ready to go with. Now, what I'm going to do, Ben, is I'm going to pop this one over the front.
Ooh,
Can you see like that?
nice.
So I'm going to stick that one over the front.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to get my other one that we did, and I'm going to pop that in the background piece here so that we can build them all up there. In fact, do you know what? I think that might go quite nicely in the background. So, bottom line is, Ben, is I'm going to just take my time here.
Yeah.
And I want you to hopefully be able to chit-chat while I stick.
Well, whilst you stick, do you want me to talk about some other bits and bobs that we've got on the show?
To be honest, Ben, anything would be fine, yes.
Anything will do. Good. Anything.
Anything will do, not fussy.
Well, I'll tell you about foam pads that we've got on the show, because these will absolutely come into their own if you are going to be using this particular collection. It's really good, actually, because you've got the different size of foam pads. In total, 1,120 of those bad boys. And we're also going to, I'm not going to sing it again, we're also going to give you 2 lots of the circular stuff, the foam on a circular thing. Those are coming within this collection as well. An 8-piece selection, but actually you've got tons and tons of foam pads, from the slightly bigger ones to the smaller ones, from all those intricate sticks. That's £9.87 for all of those if you're a platinum member, or $25.57 if you're shopping with us in the US. We've also got the red liner tape, which is obviously perfect for all of those construction things that you like to be able to create. And actually, with the red liner tape this time, what we've done is we've bundled up the measurements. So this is a 3-pack of the 3mm. So 3mm, you're getting a 10% saving there on the red liner tape. That is £5.19 or $12.99. You get 10 metres on each roll, don't you? Yeah, 10 metres on each. So 30 metres of your red liner tape in the 3mm. And then we've also done the same with a 10% saving on the slightly thicker, the 6mm. Again, 10 metres each here. You are going to get 3 within that selection for £5.59 or $13.59. So again, a great time to be able to stock up on all of those. And also worth mentioning, actually, if you have just joined us and you don't know, few things happening right now on the website. Spring sale launch, that launched on Sunday. I think probably the majority of you know about that by now. But if you don't, do shop that sale. 50%, 60%, up to 70% off a range of different crafts for you. We've also got the 3-for-2 deal on Spectrum Noir accessories, which runs until Saturday. Details there at the bottom of your screen. All part of National Craft Month, which of course is March. And Totally Tiffany as well. We're celebrating from the start of today. 19th birthday celebrations begin. We're doing this now through until the 27th. And again, what we're doing is giving you double points on Totally Tiffany goodies. On this show, we've got the Sara Buddy bag, perfect for storing your pens in. If you want to jump in and grab that, just an example of the deals that we're doing here, $4.79 or $6.39, and we'll give you double points on your Totally Tiffany purchases from now through until the 27th of March, which is this coming Saturday. So plenty of reasons to shop. Lots of things to think about, but basically all you need to do is head to the web, see the deals, and fill up your baskets. Right, how are you getting on?
Well, I haven't done anything that you needed to see. All I've done is applied foam pads ready, okay? So if I just peel the back off this foam pad, I should be all ready with me foam paddage up here.
Okay.
And I can build this. So I've done this card slightly different to the one I did yesterday when I prepared this. So you'll see in just a second, right? So I'm going to pop this in the centre. So just give me a nice colour in the background, Ben, right? So here we go with this one here. Now, and that's got a little bit of manoeuvrability. This one here, can you see I've got the fairy herself, which I'm going to stick. I've popped 3 little foam pads on the bottom there. So I'm going to stick my fairy along the bottom on the foam pad so that she's like, she's just dancing in the wind, as it was, right?
Oh, yes.
Now this here, don't get stuck there. I'm going to stick this onto the base of the card so that what I end up with is a diorama card that you can see through, right? So diorama card that we're looking through. So you've got the fairy there, you've got the toadstools in the background.
Amazing.
And then all of this will sit on top of this one here, because this is like a necktie, and I've risen this up with a little foam pad, a little bit of foam on a roll at the side as well.
Yeah.
So that what we end up with is dimension going right through. So can you see I've got a slight curvature on the inside because it's a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
And then you've got the foam pads raising them up at the sides, and then the fairy dropping into the middle. And you've got all that dimension. So if I show you it to the front, you can see all that dimension kind of building up as you're looking into the inside. And then all I've got is a couple of little bits to go down the sides. So let's have a little look. I'll just line these up on the sides. And then if you want, you've got all the other little bits and pieces that come included with the set. So you've got extra little toadstools, and we've got extra little flower pieces on there as well. So can you see I've got a toadstool here, Ben? I want to pop that down here. And then I've also got some nice little flowers that I've just, oh, where have I dropped it? Some nice little flowers that are just going to go up the sides here, and I'm going to stick all of them into place.
Absolutely beautiful. Still so many lovely comments coming through. A few of you just chatting about the accents that we were talking about a few moments ago. Kerry Makepeace says, my husband is from up there. I guess you mean up here. And he greets people saying, now then.
Now then. My friend says that she's from Yorkshire. Donna's from Yorkshire, and Joe would go, I used to play cricket with her when I was at uni, and she'd go, now then.
No then.
Which is really funny coming from like an 18-year-old young lass. She was a big cricketer, Ben. You would have loved Donna.
Did you play cricket as well as...
Did you not know that?
Well, I knew you were involved in cricket and you used to score. I didn't know you played.
No, I was president of the ladies' team at university.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Never knew
I mean,
that.
I wasn't any good, but, you know, because I was president, it meant I used to get on the team everywhere.
Well, that's the great thing about being president, isn't it? You know?
There we go. Isn't that lovely? And then
That's
look,
really
I've got
cute.
here, all it takes is a little trust and a little fairy dust. So,
The things I learn about you every day, you never cease to amaze me, Sarah.
Do you know what, Ben? You'll have to read me book.
What? Do you know what?
And then you'll know, you'll learn all of this stuff.
Yeah, I will. Maybe I could get a copy for my birthday. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Hint, hint. Well, yeah, because it comes out on the 28th of April.
Just in time for my birthday, I
So
know.
it comes out just in time for your birthday. And if you're really, really good,
Yeah.
I'll sign you a copy.
Would you?
Yeah.
See. Thank you. Wow, listen, another great...
I'm pretty pleased with that one. I'm not
Yeah.
going to lie. I'm pretty pleased with that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's phenomenal. And again, another design style of card that you can create with this phenomenal selection. This is the Fairy Glade that Sarah was using just there. So if you want to be able to recreate that card, that's the one that you need to go for. A lot of you going for individuals, which is fine. We obviously push you to get a couple, maybe go for the full collection. However, if budget suggests today that you can only go for one, the Fairy Glade is the one that Sarah's just used right there. However, if you want to double up, don't forget, we've got the 2 for £35, 2 for $40 deal. This one, again, very similar in the fact that it's got that sort of fairy tale theme to it, your fairy tale forest. Don't forget the 2 creator card dies, the 2 scene dies, if you like, a split, so you've got the ability to create the card to the size that you want, or indeed, mix and match those backgrounds up should you wish. This one's great because you've got kind of like the foreground and the background dies there with the fairy castle and the princess and Prince Charming there too. So many different elements within each of these selections to be able to create the cards, to be able to create the scene with all the characters. That one there is a tropical paradise, proving very, very popular individually. That one there, And this one here are proving the most popular duo, all right? So if you're going on that 2 for £35, 2 for $40 deal, the majority of people are getting that tropical paradise and that gorgeous African savannah as well. If you missed the demo on that, Sarah showed you a little bit earlier on, you can watch back the show later and see that one. Country Cottage, I really love that one as well. Love the fact that you've got all of the different layers building up that wonderful sort of hedgerow scene, and then in the background you've got that beautiful fence leading to the gorgeous country cottage. Again, I think that would work beautifully with some of the elements that we've got in our Country Lane collection, brand new signature collection, which is coming up also on Launch Party a little bit later on. And then lastly, we've got that wonderful woodland, again proving very popular individually. The two sort of creator card dies split there so that you can create the scene that you want with all of the different woodland creatures as well. If you love them all, £75.99 is the price, platinum price for the full collection, $87.96 if you are shopping with us in the US and you're a platinum member. So do make sure you jump in and grab those deals. One quick question, which I knew this would come in now, we just talked about it a second ago. Miriam wants to know how she can get her hands on your book, Sarah.
Okay, right. So here's the thing, guys. If you're here in the UK, it is on like Amazon and Waterstones and WH Smith and available to pre-order now. If you're outside of the UK, it's not available on them Amazons and everything. However, in the next couple of weeks, we will be making it available to pre-order right here on Crafters TV, where you'll be able to buy it, you'll be able to get your points, and you'll be able to get your club discount. I've negotiated a special deal with the publisher. They don't usually do that, but I said we had so many of our customers would want to buy it here from me. And I'm also looking at doing something special, like something along like an evening with. So you can, if you buy the book, you'll get the book and a ticket to come along to the evening with Sarah, which I'll do on Zoom, so that wherever you are in the world, you can be part of it, and you can come along and chat to me live. So I'm doing like they want me to do an event here in the Northeast where I can, you know, actually talk to people and sign books and everything. But I wanted to be able to do that virtually for all our customers. So we're just ironing out the details, but it is the 28th of April is the day it officially launches. So I'm going to try and see if I can get you guys on a couple of days pre-order so you can get yours before the big rush comes out.
I feel like I've just got you an exclusive there.
Oh, you know what?
welcome.
Yeah, because I was thinking, we haven't ironed out the
welcome.
details. I kind of give them the date, but I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to tell you what's coming.
Wow, that was fantastic, and that's exciting, something to look forward to. Listen, let's squeeze in one more demo if we can, Sarah. What can you show us?
Well, yes, well, what I thought is we'll use that Country Cottage one because it's beautiful, but it really is absolutely gorgeous. You don't need to see me doing the die cutting,
no,
because we've done a lot of die cutting, so I can kind of bring it in there and show you how we would go with it. So I'm going to do the one where we've got like a domed fronted card. So what I've done is I've got a base card here, Ben. I'm going to put my dome front on the front here, and then what we need is something that is going to wrap round. So can you see I've cut my dome front a little bit bigger than the base.
Yeah.
So can you see if I show you a little bit bigger, it's around about half an inch wider at the front, so that when you stick it down, it's going to dome around the front. Now, that one there that's doming around the front, that's what we're going to cut our detail into. So you've got two creator cards, you've got the wildflower meadow, and you've also got the trees. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop the trees in here. They're going to go into the base like that, Ben.
Yeah.
You're going to run that through, and when that comes out, it's going to come out like this.
Fab.
Right? So we've got that lovely kind of like three-dimensional diorama. Then what you're going to do is we're going to do, that was on the Century Pearl. Then onto another base piece of watercolour card, we're going to take the wildflower meadow. We're going to pop the wildflower meadow into place like this. We're going to die cut the wildflower meadow into your watercolour card. In fact, let's do that one. Some of them I'll speed through, some of them I want to actually show you, because I want to show you that one, Ben. I think it's really important if you use the dies for positioning. So can you see I position these right in the centre here?
Yeah.
Get everything lined up, pop this on there, top plate goes on, and we send that through. And I've got time to do a tiny little bit more watercolouring. Now with the watercolouring with this one, I want a nice shade of purple. So I think we'll get that lovely magenta out there, we'll get the wildflower out, we'll get a little bit of chocolate out. And I'm going to do the same technique as before, whereby if I want to colour the lavenders, for example, pop a little bit of purple into the centre.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to pick up, so take most of the water off your brush, pick up a little bit, and then we can paint that straight out. And a lot of people are really intimidated by watercolouring. However, as soon as you start and put it onto, you know, whereas they would never in a million years dream of picking up, you know, some acrylic paints or watercolour paints and trying to do this, all of a sudden it's accessible because it's in a marker pen. And marker pens aren't scary in any way, shape or form.
And I always think as well, watercolouring is perhaps a little bit more forgiving than potentially colouring with your alcohol markers. But the great thing about the Academy of Colour, which we'll chat more about in just an hour and a half now, is that you've got the best of both worlds here and the full tuition with both of those two mediums as well. So it makes it really achievable for everybody.
And look at this, Ben, it just shows you don't have to be watercolouring. You can just use them as like colouring pens if you want.
Yeah.
So I'm literally here just using them straight onto the base of the watercolour without using the water and getting that lovely watercolouring technique. And then again, if I want to come in with the yellow and we want to do a bit of a mix of both, I can pop the yellow base down.
But then you could come into your in with your water then and draw the colour out further if you wanted, couldn't you?
Oh, look at this, I'm adding a new shade of colour. So we're adding a little bit of depth and dimension onto that base yellow, so we get a new shade.
Love it.
And do the same up here, I'm going with a little bit of yellow. So we've got that really deep colour, picking up a little bit of purple onto the corner, and then you can just blend that straight out. And this is the beauty of it. And these are all the techniques which Leanne will teach you when you join her on her classes, right? So you're going to colour all of that in, Ben. I'm just going to give this a little bit of a rub up here so we don't get any dirt. I have done one where I've painted all of the watercolour base in.
Fantastic.
All right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with that nice base and I'm going to put the base onto here. Now to do this, I want this raising up just a little bit. So I'm going to raise this up and then we're going to wrap this one around it, but it's the cottage that goes in the background. Yeah. So what you're going to do with the cottage, Ben, is you're going to take this one here. We're going to get the cottage itself out. Now the cottage works like an edgeable design, right? So what you've got is you've got no cutting edge on the bottom. So if you position it here, send it through, cut it out, what happens is, can you see that one there? Oh, cool. So that is where it cuts out. You cut this however you want. Yeah. And I've just done a little bit of ink. I've actually used my ink pads for this. So instead of using the watercolour, I've just dragged a little bit of ink down there. So watch what we're going to do. I'm going to layer this up, Ben. I'm going to pop this on the front. I've also done the, what do you call this?
Fence.
The fence. I've done the fence on a little bit of craft card, Ben. And I'm just going to layer this, the fence up on the front, and then I'm going to do the dome around the front. So as long as you can see, you don't need to hear me and kind of what I'm doing, if that makes sense, Ben.
Fantastic. I mean, again, obviously this is like a slightly sped up demo, but
more than slightly.
Okay, very sped up demo. Here's what I did earlier sort of demo. But hopefully you're seeing and you're now computing like how easy it is to be able to do all of these die cuts, to be able to create all of the different layers, all of the different images, to pop these cards together. If you want, as I said, more in-depth demonstration, make sure you watch back the earlier parts of the show, because it was well, very busy earlier on, and lots of you loving those demos when Sarah was taking you kind of like right from the very basics. Like the first demo that you did, saying, well, a bit of a basic demo here, it was so easy to follow, so achievable for everybody, but the card looked anything but basic, and that's what this set allows you to do. It's craft for everybody, it's achievable for all, but it makes you look like an absolute top-notch pro with absolute ease. So whether you're going for the full collection, which I know loads of you have done over the course of the last 2.5 hours, or whether you're kind of, you know, making your own little mini bundles, going for some individuals, it's entirely up to you. You will love this collection so much, especially the versatility of the different scenes and being able to create the different shaped cards as well. I just think is absolutely fantastic. Any final questions and comments that you want to get in, then please do. The sort of final 20 minutes of the show will be a little old me, because Sarah's going to be popping off very shortly, but we can recap on all of the goodies in the show. We've got the vote to come for you as well on the demo of the show,
no pressure.
Which will be very, very interesting to see which one you love.
It will be interesting. Do you know what? I'm really pleased with all the cards I've made this hour. I just feel like we've really pushed the boundaries and done things that are a little bit different. And that's what, do you know, it's brilliant for me to do that. And it just shows you, no matter what your skill level, there's always something new and something different that you can be learning. And that's the beauty of these classes, Ben. Now, obviously, we've done here, this is just like the the starter class. This is just the where we get going first off, which I know a lot of people, where we can kind of get the concept across for you, show you the concept suite and everything like that. However, what we will then progress on to is like master classes and craft alongs. So you will see everybody putting their own spin on it.
Yeah.
And you know, all the girls, they will all have different, all the girls and guys.
Yes.
Because I know our Craig will have a lot to think about this
He
one. I
will.
have absolutely no doubt. And it's just nice to see that you know, everyone has their own take on it. And this is the beauty of Crafters TV. You're not limited to only ever seeing me do these. We'll all have a go at them. We'll all do our different demonstrations and how we all see them.
And that's it, yeah. I mean, there's so many of our guys who'll be using these over the coming days. Make sure you join us on YouTube, join us on Facebook to see. And again, like, how stunning is that? I did say the African Savannah card that you made earlier on was my fave, but I think that might be my new fave.
You think that might have pipped it? Well, do you know what I'm going to do? Is I will bring them all over for you, Ben, so that you can go through them all. So when everybody does the demo of the show, you can show them all again, and you can do your own sales copy on each one.
Fantastic.
However, I do want to just run through that concept suite.
Oh, yes, please, before you go.
Because
Yeah.
that one there was a version of a domed card. Now, that is a domed card on a side fold. Then can you also see that we've got a domed card where we've done it on a tent-fold card here, which is a little bit different. And this time we've done 2 different domes, so you've got 2 different kind of raised up levels. And I love that kind of as you see it from different angles, different things will stand out at you in different ways. So that's a dome-fronted one. I also think if you just want to keep it really simple and do a concertina down the side, you can build up your different layers and your different creator cards in a concertina at the side. You can do a stepper card and you can cut into the front of the stepper card if you want, Ben. Doesn't have to be using all the elements. You might just use some of the elements of the creator card there. This one's clever where you do a pop-out card where we have one creator card cut into the front and one also cut into the back of the card too. Dioramas are absolutely, these dies were made to do dioramas. And you know what? That is the same design, the circular one where we're like into the woods with the fairy tale castle, as what we've done on that star book, which I know you guys all went crazy for.
Yeah, I mean,
this is my favourite one. I absolutely love this. And I will put in a request that this, when we do a craft along, we can either do, now this is a lot of die cutting for a craft along, so maybe actually what the craft along should be is showing everybody how to make one of the centerpieces, and then if you want to make it 5 times, you do 5 times and put them back to back. Personally, what I think would make a lovely craft along too, and let us know in the comments, I think this one would make a brilliant craft along, learning how to make this style of card.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so let us know in the comments if you want to learn something in particular. Sometimes we do craft alongs just looking at concepts, you know, and learning how to do the different concepts. This would be a brilliant one for that. This is where you've got your card, we do the cutting parts away, so it doesn't show you don't have to do the whole thing. This is Ben's favourite.
Yes.
This is the African Savannah.
I love it.
And again, if I show you, so that's the concept card. This is what one of our designers have seen and taken that concept and
Really
then
clever.
just done it all inked up and coloured. And that's the one that I coloured in using the alcohol pens. They're brilliant for that. Absolutely brilliant. These are, I think these would make a brilliant craft along too, where you cut into the different layers so that it all lays up and you can see right through it. And the different size ones, Ben, they're just
so
brilliant.
many craft along possibilities.
Oh, just brilliant. There's nice and simple.
Yep.
So you're just layering up with that. Maybe you want to do something a little bit more advanced, like a theatre card with all of your, look at these. Love this idea, theatre card, where you've got the theatre, and as we move it round, the animals all look like they're moving in place there, don't they?
Yeah, love it. So much food for thought, and again, you've just seen a smattering of the kind of things that you can create with this collection. £75.99 is your platinum price on the full collection, $87.96 if you're shopping with us in the US and you are a platinum member. As I said, plenty of opportunity though if you are shopping for individuals, or indeed if you want to maybe go for a couple, you can go for the 2 for £35 deal or the 2 for $40 deal. It is entirely up to you which way you go. Sarah, thank you so much.
Oh, it's been fun. I'm sorry I have
fun.
to rush off early as well, but I wanted you to say, are we going to go through the demo so that you can pick one of them we want for the demo of the show?
Okay, yeah.
Right. Okay, so if you're voting for number 1, that was the really simple one that I showed you, where we had the dome centerpiece and we put the lovely fairy tale castle in silver in the background.
Okay.
That was demo number 1, okay? Then when we did number 2, we brought in those beautiful flamingos. and we did that layered piece with the flamingos on a slightly arched front card.
Yep.
Number 3 is where we started doing the alcohol pen colouring. Ben loves that one, where I taught you all the great technique. I want you to leave that and show Leanne later, by the way, and see what she thinks. Make sure you tell her I illustrated this as a comparison.
We'll make a point of that.
See. Not that I did it really good on one tree and really rubbish on the other one, right? Number 4 was where we did that watercolouring, and I showed you the background technique, and also we did the colouring in the background of the larger piece.
Yep.
Lifted that up. And then number 5 is where we've just done that lovely country cottage.
Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. Liam's just walked in and gone. It's up to you. Get voting. You've got a bit of time here. Let's give you 10 minutes or so to get your votes in on that. As I say, a massive thank you to Sara. We will see you again very soon, I'm sure. Do you know when you're next back in here?
Is it tomorrow? No, is it tomorrow? No, tomorrow I'm doing Hobby Maker in Studio 2.
Yeah.
And on Thursday, it might have been popping on Wake Up Call. I don't know, Ben.
Okay.
Oh, I'm definitely doing HSM preview on Sunday night.
Well, we'll definitely see you then. I'm going to be with you for the final 20 minutes or so. We'll get the vote result there. We'll recap as well and show you anything that you might have missed over the course of the last couple of hours. But right now, we're going to take a bit of a break, give you a chance to check out your baskets, and I will come back with you with a bit of a wrap-up in about 2 or 3 minutes' time.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day. Quick Buy. All your crafting must-haves in a flash. Take all the hard work out of patchwork with the Gemini Build-A-Block Patchwork System. This innovative collection of multimedia dies allows you to create patchwork blocks with ease and total accuracy. This set includes 18 dies to cut a range of shapes and sizes for patchwork or quilting projects. They can cut multiple layers of fabric at once. They include an accurate 1/4-inch seam allowance, plus all of your pieces are cut exactly the same size every time. Follow your own creative inspiration or look through the 20 patterns laid out in the guide. Not enough? There's an additional 60 patterns online. And right now, we have amazing offers on the Gemini Build-A-Block Patchwork System. Quick Buy, get yours now. Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Put away your tape measure and fabric scissors. The Threader's Fabric Cutter offers accuracy and precision with every cut. This handy tool slices through fabric in a guillotine style. Its ergonomic design features a comfortable and protective handle, so it's safe and easy to use whether you're right or left-handed. Its 45mm rotary blade will cut up to 6 layers of fabric at a time, so your sewing, quilting, and upholstery project times are cut down to size. It's equipped with a measuring guide in metric and imperial for a perfectly accurate cut every time. The built-in grid ruler has 30-degree, 45-degree, and 60-degree angle lines, so you can cut fabric on any angle, including the bias. Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash.
What a show! It's been an unbelievable couple of hours, hasn't it? We've really, really enjoyed it. And it's just little old me for the final 20 minutes, just to recap on all of the goodies. Georgina's booing me! Unbelievable! Unbelievable! Listen, if you want to ask any questions about anything that we've had on the show, feel free to fire those in over the course of the next 20 minutes. If you want to ask any questions about the Academy of Colour, save those and be ready to ask them at 6 o'clock tonight. So in, well, just over an hour's time, actually, we will be bringing you a 3-hour launch party. There's lots actually on the launch party. I'm going to do a mini preview for you in just a few moments' time. But actually the main focus of the launch party is going to be the Academy of Colour. And we've chatted over this over the course of the show, but literally, if you are one of those people, and I think it was Gwenda actually who sort of hit the nail on the head really, and was saying that, you know, they were quite fearful of colouring, you know, didn't really know where to start with the colouring, were a bit hesitant at trying new things. If that's you, if you're that person and you don't know where to begin, this is the place to begin. This is where you start. You start right now grabbing the Academy of Colour, because what this is going to bring to you is a whole selection of your duo colours. Our new alcohol markers. You've also got the new duo colours in the aqua as well. And what these are going to allow you to do is gain confidence with your alcohol colouring, gain confidence with your watercolouring as well. And not just that within this set, right? If I just like list off everything that you're going to get in here, you've got all of the alcohol markers, 32 colours in total. You've got the 16 colours, the 16 hues, if you like, in your duo colours. And then on top of all of that, we're giving you an opaque white marker that you can see down here. So that's going to be great for creating those highlights within all of your colouring. With all the watercolours that you've got here too, we give you the brushes because, of course, you're going to use these to kind of create those palettes, to mix those colours, to create those hues. So to give you 2 top quality brushes, both like the fine brush and then the slightly wider brush as well, that comes with it. Plus you've got your mister in there, that spritzer, again, to allow you to do so many different techniques with your watercolouring. On top of all of that, you've also got this binder. Within the binder, you are going to be able to kind of create those projects and store those projects in there, because again, this is going to be something that you'll do with those online classes, by the way, over the course of a period of time. You're going to be able to see how you progress, and also in the binder you'll be able to keep all of the other goodies that you will get in future instalments of your Academy of Colour. You're going to get 40 stamps with this collection as well, by the way, so that will get you started, and you can keep those in the binder as well. So 40 stamps in there within the project binder. You're going to get your 7 project pockets as well. So again, when you're doing all of your techniques, when you're following Leanne in all of these classes, you'll be able to store everything that you've done, because again, not only are we giving you the duo watercolours, the duo alcohol markers, you're going to get 18 sheets each of the alcohol marker paper, and also 18 sheets of your watercolour card as well in the 5x7. So the great thing about that is you've got everything there for you to be able to get colouring with. And to kind of top this all off, as we've mentioned, you will get access to these online classes. I mean, I've not watched one all the way through, but I've watched the one with Sarah and Leanne for about 20-30 minutes, and it is unbelievable. Isn't it amazing to hear as well, someone like Sarah, for example, who we know is a fantastic crafter, you know, who we know is a fantastic colourist, still learning, joining Leanne on these classes and still learning, still upping her game. And that's what's important for me to stress to you as well. If you're brand new, this is for you. If you are further along the colouring line and you want a bit of a refresh, a bit of a recap, this is for you. If you're 75 years old, this is for you. If you're getting this because you want to get your kids into colouring as well, this is for you. This is a class for everybody, and it's something that you're going to do. You're going to journey on over the course of a period of time. What I wanted to do, obviously Leanne's going to be joining us a little bit later on for a full 3 hours. What I wanted to do though is just give you a bit of a sneak peek into one of the classes which we've done recently, and this is Leanne again, talking about one of the difficult things I think a lot of people find when you talk about colouring, getting skin tone is difficult, but also being able to colour hair. A lot of people find it very difficult. It's broken down into manageable chunks for you during the classes that you'll get with the Academy of Colour. And here's a little snippet of Leanne just explaining all of that for you.
So to mix watercolour and alcohol colouring, yes you can. What you would always do is the alcohol colouring first. So if we want to alcohol colour the face, and watercolour the hair, alcohol colour your face, and then do your watercolouring. Because watercolouring over the top of alcohol will not move the alcohol. The alcohol will stay completely still. It will not go anywhere. And so you can absolutely use that for mixed media if that's what you want to do. And in a couple of the auto ship classes that we're going to be doing, we will be looking at that exact thing. See, we're doing the hair there. There we go. Add a little bit of the sunflower in. Preserve your highlight all the way. You get that lovely colour with the light and the brown mixing in together. You've got that lovely bits coming along, and then that's what you would get. You can see the same there with the skin tones. If you want to add a little bit more in, you see we've got a little bit more blush down the side of this face. If you want to add that in, get plenty of water on your brush. I'm going to get the yellow off. Plenty of water on your brush, and then here, actually mixing the, you know how we mixed a custom colour before? See how I'm mixing the blossom and the tawny together? That's going to give me more of a natural skin tone now to go in down this side, and just get a little bit of that shade in there, and then bring the blush out. So it's just contouring. And we can mix a new colour to do that if we want to. And then just soften it out. There we go. I actually think that looks better. I'm happier with that face now. I'm going to put that same custom colour that I've just mixed under there, I'm going to put down here. I think it's more of a natural, like a sun-kissed skin tone. I think that looks much better now, that face, that I've done that. And you've got that little bit of contouring on that side with that custom colour that I've just mixed on my palette using tawny and blossom. And then as you continue, that's what you would get. That's with tawny and sunflower for your hair. And I'll make sure that you get those up onto the website too.
So again, that is just a bit of a snippet of the kind of tuition that you're going to receive from Leanne. And the brilliant thing is, it's there at a time when you want to use it. It's there at a time that's convenient for you. And of course, you can fast forward, you can rewind, you can go back until you've kind of perfected whatever it is that Leanne's talking about at that specific point during the classes. Just worth, again, just showing you the gorgeous binder that you're going to get, that you can keep all of your projects within. And you get all of the dividers within this too. And it's also just nice, very quickly, to see the first selection of stamps that you'll get in this set too. So you can see that we've, again, with the stamps, we've popped in this really cute little doggy there, so you can practice things like getting your, your fur coloured well, because a lot of people struggle with that. We popped in this stamp here as well with the lady, with the hair, with the face, because again, difficult, isn't it, to get the hair done, difficult to get that skin tone done, not with the Academy of Colour. It is all about tackling what we perceive to be difficult when it comes to colouring with this amazing collection. You're also going to get this selection of beautiful florals as well, so covering off in this Academy of Colour, the florals, the skin tone, the hair and the fur as well in that selection of stamps, which all come in this beautiful little binder as well, which you will add to over the course of time. Just bear in mind as well, that price is £99, $119 today for the Academy of Colour. If you did shop for this earlier on, worth bearing in mind, if you just come back and go, hang on a minute, I paid more than that. We didn't drop the price. We didn't drop the price earlier on because we thought that people would wait until the price dropped. But actually what happened is a few people came in super duper early, grabbed this at the price before we dropped it. However, do not worry. If that was you, everybody will be paying the price on screen right now. If you did purchase earlier and paid the higher price, we'll be in touch with you to credit your account back. So do not worry about that. Everybody, though, who's shopping right now will pay that price. The majority of you, I think, will pay that price, £79.20 or $95.20. Hold on to your hats, because Leanne will be here in just an hour and 10 minutes when we bring you 3 hours on the Academy of Colour, plus loads of other goodies as well. We're going to be featuring things like the Country Lane. We've got the return of those concertina dies as well. Plus, we've also got previews, and I thought, you know what? Seeing as I'm on my own for the next 10 minutes, I would sneak in a few of the little previews right now. These are going to be launching on the 24th of March, so this is on Thursday. And actually, if you've loved recently things like our image sentiment dies, you know, the ones where the kind of sentiments take sort of front of house, if you like, front of the card, you're going to absolutely love these Gemini saying dies, because what we've done, again, and I think we're doing this brilliantly at the moment, is created some amazing sayings which will be the focal point of your card, because not only within each of these dies will you get the actual die to be able to create the saying itself, but you'll get the outline die, if you like, or the layering die to be able to make this pop off your page as well. And if I just quickly show you on the boards all of the sayings, and I can show you some beautiful cards here as well. These are great. So friends like you are far too few. That's you, Georgina. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Family is where love begins, or life begins, put your glasses on, Ben, and love never ends. Getting all choked up reading these. There are friends, there is family, then there are friends that become family. That's you, George, with the joystick. That's you. That's you, mate. Yeah. Part of the crafty family there. Next up, this one is where there is faith and hope, miracles happen. I love that. I do love that one. Next up, you've got let your faith be bigger than your fears. True that, everybody. True that. Yeah. And lastly, by the way, don't you just love all the different fonts that you've got in these as well? This one I absolutely love. How gorgeous is that? Every day might not be good, but there is something good in every day. Again, taking the positivity out of each and every day. And what these then allow you to create, if I show you on a few finished cards here, of which there are many, you have got the ability to be able to pop this as the focal point of your card. I love this gatefold card, using that almost as like the clasp of the gate. So cool, isn't it? Again, think about all of the different papers, think about all the different card stuff that you've got that you can be creating these amazing sentiments with. And again, just changing up the colour. Let your faith be bigger than your fears. Again, just changing up the colour of the wording within these as well. I absolutely love these. This one here as well, incorporating a bit more of a springtime feel, using some of the as the farmhouse collection cardstock in the background there, isn't it? There are friends, there is family, and then there are friends that become family. They're so big, they're so bright, they're so bold, they're so positive as well, which is what I love about these. I think these are going to be a massive hit when these are launched on Thursday with George and Michelle. And of course, the great thing is that you can pop these on all sorts of different size cards too. Every day may not be good, but there is something good in each and every day. Yeah, do you know what? It's quite funny actually. In the office, I think it's quite nice. In the office just up from the studios here, they've got a positivity board. So popping like nice positive sayings on the board, put a smile on people's faces. I'm going to nick this one. This is the one I'm going to nick. I'm going to put on the board. Don't tell anyone. This is mine. Every day might not be good, but there is something good in every day. But again, how cute is that? It looks like that one's got a little bit of a drop shadow on it actually, but I love the colouring. Love also the fact that you've almost got that floating effect there with that sentiment using the acetate. Lovely selection of colours as well. I mean, there's tons of cards in here, and also actually these would be perfect for little home decor projects should you wish to do that too. But all different card sizes, all different designs. They are a lovely, lovely collection. Where there is faith and hope, miracles happen. Love that so, so much. And they will be with you on the 24th. Is anyone else like shocked that it's like we're talking like we're into the 20s in March? It's like the 22nd today, isn't it? Where's March gone? It'll be Christmas before you know it. It'll be my holiday before you know it. 2 weeks till I go abroad. Did I say that? I'm going on holiday again. Everyone's taking the mickey out of me because I was away for 2 weeks. I've come back for 4 weeks, and then I'm going away for 2 weeks again. And then for those of you going, oh, please don't go. I promise you, I won't go away again for a little while after that. We're going away at Easter just because, like, with the family, it's cheaper to go away at this time of year. So that's the only reason we're doing it. It's a cheapskate. Right, let's very quickly wrap up. Before we do the demo of the show result, let's go back to launch day, which is the Interchangeable Scene die collection. You guys have absolutely loved this. And the clever thing about this collection, of course, is that you've got the ability to create your own scene using like the two sort of creator card dies that you can see. So this one's the wonderful woodland. You've got these two dies just here, or it's like 4 dies really because they're split in 2. So if you want to kind of extend your card, you can do. If you want to kind of mix and match your backgrounds, you can do. But the whole point is you have got total craftability with this collection to create the card that you want to create. All the different characters there as well you can add in. There's the country cottage. I think the country cottage actually and the African savannah are possibly my 2 favourites. This here is a great example of how you create that depth and dimension. Can you see how the scenes have been built up there? Perfect for those dome front cards. And then Actually, if we look at it again through here, you can see how those layers have been built up using the foam pads, using the different pieces of scenery from the house at the back there into that picket fence where the gate opens, which I think is so super cute. And then you've got the different layers with the foliage and the trees at the front there as well. The African Savannah has been very, very popular indeed. Loads of you have been loving that one. I'll just show you again here how cool it is to be able to create with that. Build up those scenes, get your colours out, get your Academy of Colour going and have fun colouring in all of those different characters. But the fact is, again, that you can place those characters wherever you want within your scene to totally personalise it. Proving very popular on its own is the Tropical Paradise with the flamingos, with the gorgeous parrot in there as well. And again, love this one for the fact that, yes, these are great for creating the scenes, but you don't always need to like create massive scenes. You know, this has been beautifully sort of pieced up on that background paper there, little frame around it, you know, a few little added elements of those cheese leaves on there. Looks absolutely perfect. You know, you go to town if you want to, you kind of strip it back a little bit more should you wish as well. You've then got that fairy tale forest. This is gorgeous. This particular card here I love because, again, you can see how that's built up in there, in that sort of like theatre style card. And then when we show it you to the front, you can see all of the different ways that you can use it and how everybody creates all of these cards using the different scene dies that you're going to get in this set. And last but by no means least is the Fairy Glade. Again, so much to love about this, the ability for you to create the different shaped cards, to build up those scenes nice and simply. And that one, again, proving very popular individually. If you love the lot, £75.99, $87.96 is the deal on this for Platinum members, and it is proved an absolute winner today. Talking about winners, see what I did there? See what I did there? The winner, number 3, right, was the one, it was this one, wasn't it? Because that's the winner. That was number 3. That is the one which I said I absolutely love. It's the one with Sarah's tree with the green-grey colouring there. Leanne will be very pleased that. Leanne will be very pleased. We must let Sarah know. We'll message her in a bit and let her know that one has won. It's like a work of art, that, isn't it? It's like a work of art. That's what you can create if you get your hands on this collection. And if you love the colouring on this, by the way, stand by, because in an hour's time, yes, the moss to my sisal is going to be here. Leanne, in fact, she's out there right now. I can see her. She's limbering up. She's doing her stretches, ready to officially launch the Academy of Colour. It's already been flying out of the door. Grab it now whilst this deal is here, and then come back. We'll do a Q&A. Get those questions in. We're going to make it nice and interactive. Anything that you want to know, get ready, because we're going to tackle everything and more in an hour's time in Launch Party when we get to launch this for real. We'll see you in a bit.